I want to play a game on the air. Each one of us, you, Gary, Fred, Artie, me. Benji doesn't have to play, but wait. Write down 2 confessions.
2 confessions of what?
Confess 2 things on a piece of paper, and we have to then scramble them around, and we read them. We try to guess whose confessions they are.
Wow. Well, what sort of
confess something that you've never said. It's something that would embarrass you.
Jesus, almost nothing left from me.
I can think of stuff.
We're all tapped out.
I can do it in 2 seconds.
Well, you're up to shenanigans.
Yeah,
no, I'm not up to shenanigans.
Up until 5 years ago, you couldn't have.
No, I mean, come on. I'm with Beth 2 years now. Come on.
Yeah, but you had a period of shenaniganism.
No. I don't mean. I'm not gonna. I don't even mean that necessarily. Like admitting sexual partners. I'm saying just 2 things that you would confess that you wouldn't necessarily be proud of.
Like being bent over a sink?
No, not being bent over a sink, but let's say...
there goes mine.
Let's say I said, I love Miami Sound Machine. Even
right. Something like that.
Okay.
That kind of thing. I have 2 that I can think of. It just popped into my head. Let's do it. Come on. Play with me.
Jesus.
I'm trying to think. I told you everything already.
Let me see. I'm going to write them down. Here you go. All right, number 1... These are embarrassing, too.
Selling bad weed's not embarrassing.
No. That's cool. Like stuff that you wouldn't really want to admit. Hey, I'll write this one down. All right, I got 2 that'll really...
You'll recognize the handwriting, won't you?
We could have someone...
We can have Benji read them. Benji, why? Do you want to play?
I'll collect them, whatever you want.
Oh, boy.
I don't even want to hear you read, though. You'll read them, John? John, you got 2 you could write down? You do?
Yeah.
Write 2 down.
He's got a book.
Yeah, write 2 confessions that... Wait. I can't give you this piece. All right, do that.
You know,
I think my 2 are embarrassing.
Mine are very embarrassing.
Oh, Artie's got something.
I mean, they're goofy as all hell.
It takes a brave man to admit stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm not that brave.
Give me that piece of paper.
I'm embarrassed that I'm going to hand in my piece of paper. Who should we have read?
KC? Or
can he read?
Yeah, can he read?
I think so.
Fred, you got something?
I got 2, although one of them I'm not sure if they...
Let's see how honest we can be.
It's not about honest, it's about...
Well, it's just self-effacing, maybe.
Definitely honest.
All right, here we go. Here's mine. Here, Gary, you collect them. Casey, you read them out on the air. See, but you should be hidden behind that podium because you can see the pieces of paper.
Here.
It's Artie's.
I guarantee mine are more
Give me
embarrassing
Fred's.
than anybody else.
They get Robin's case.
Actually,
I haven't written anything yet.
Wouldn't it be a great scam if, like, we were all in on this except for Fred, and then we got him to admit stuff?
Is this a scam?
No.
Yeah, nothing's on any paper.
Did you hand in yours?
I haven't. I don't have anything yet.
Oh, Robin. Just the first thing that comes to mind.
I don't have anything.
Admit to liking something you never would admit.
I'm trying to think.
Something would show your warm, sensitive side, even. Mine have to do with that.
I killed a hitchhiker.
Get out of my car!
That was mine. I killed a hitchhiker.
Casey, give me my piece of paper back.
Oh, you got a better one?
Yeah.
Casey, come back.
When you said killed a hitchhiker, you thought of something.
No, he just keyed me into something.
Well, write it down. You don't have to have your piece of paper back.
And we don't want, like, cheating at Monopoly with your cousin.
Yeah.
You know.
It's your cousin. We want, you know what?
Really?
Howard, did you really write one down? Did you?
I wrote 2 down.
Okay.
I wrote 2 down. But, you know, they're not necessarily like, oh, I effed, a supermodel or something. It's just stuff that I'll tell you what, it occurred to me a couple of days ago. I was going through my possessions, if you will, and I realized certain things that I liked, and I was just like, you know, it's just so bad that I like this.
Well, effing a supermodel is far from embarrassing.
Exactly. This is embarrassing, what I wrote down.
You know.
Because, like, Robin will goof on me for saying that.
But, you know.
But I'm willing to be goofed on.
Wait a second, but so you just wrote down that you liked like a certain band or something?
Right.
Oh, God.
That doesn't matter. Whatever you think is embarrassing, it's interesting.
I just...
I just know that I wrote down. I don't think that what I wrote down is bad, but I'm sure yours is going to be like, I own pink underwear. Mine's going to be make me look like a moron.
No, mine isn't that bad. It's just embarrassing.
Mine was going to be I watched Dawson's Creek. And
See, I don't think anyone would be
You
as
never
honest.
told us.
Did you watch Dawson's Creek and what? You liked it?
That's nothing.
I never
nothing.
watched Dawson's Creek.
Jeez.
All right, you unable to perform?
Oh, get out of here, Robin. Like, you never
come on.
stay in your underwear or anything?
Give her 10 minutes.
We've talked about all that.
Oh, you have.
So just write down 2 things, even if we talked about it.
About within
Anything. Come on, I want to get on with the bit. Let's go.
I gotta say,
I feel like mine you'll figure out right away.
Nah, we won't.
I can't do this. You'll pick me out immediately.
I don't care if we pick you out or not. You're going to pick mine out immediately. It's not. You're too hung up on the game.
Robin's abroad, so we might know.
She loves to win the game. It's not a game. It's not that kind of game.
All right.
You won already just by the audience wins. All right, when we come back,
I'll have my 2 things.
you'll have your 2 things. Are you reading through them?
Yeah, I read through them.
Are they good?
Yeah, they're funny.
They're funny. All right. Don't you think mine were good revelations?
Yeah, but I knew that.
Oh, you did know? No, you don't. You don't know you didn't know the first one.
Wait a minute. He knew right away it was you?
You said it before.
I did. I don't remember.
See,
you scammed.
I didn't say
Give
that
me mine
before.
back.
He's scamming us.
The second one's new.
The second one's new.
Yeah.
I think the first one's new.
No, not.
You just said that you knew both of them.
No, I said the first one.
He's
How
got
could you tell? You just recognized his handwriting?
Yeah.
No, I knew that. You'll see.
But you... Oh,
Mine are easy to identify.
all right.
Is this
Casey has an 89 IQ. I say we stop talking to him. I'll be right back, and we'll come back and we'll play the game. Everyone wrote down 2 confessions, and we'll hear those next. We're going to play our little game here. And then I'm going to give you a real treat after this little game. I'm going to read you Artie's bill from his cable company.
Oh, boy.
You see how much porno this dude watches.
You know, that's his embarrassing confession right there.
You know, Howard, it's not just the porn. You really got to look at the times that he's doing this.
No, first of all,
His total.
I have a lot of free afternoons. And
He
mornings.
spent $93 on porn. Listen to this.
I gotta
Buy a movie.
No, I
This is
gotta
his-
buy one.
This is his May-June bill, okay? May 13th,
I think you found a hobby.
7 a.m. 7 a.m.
Jeez,
Look up, what is
Artie.
May 13th? What day of the week is that?
That was a,
It could have been during the show. That had to be a Saturday or a Sunday, right?
I guess, yeah.
What's May 13th, Case?
It's a Monday.
A Monday.
At
A
7
Monday.
how could you do that?
Were we off on that day?
May 13th?
But that was one of those days he had to be away.
Yeah, that's when he was supposed to be in LA.
Yeah.
No, that's not. No, May.
Yeah, Monday.
Day after Mother's Day.
Did we work? We worked the day after Mother's Day.
it's a Monday.
Didn't we?
I was here. I was definitely here that day.
So it's here, May 13th, 7 a.m. Playboy
You should dispute that, bro.
Playboy 12-hour B. What's that?
You can buy
A 12-hour
individual
block?
shows, or you can buy a 12-hour pass.
Oh, that's what he did.
He probably bought it before he left.
Dude, you got a 12-hour pass
I
for
don't know what the hell it is.
$8.95.
Did you call during a commercial?
Sign me up for the 12-hour pass
Yeah,
so when
he
I get
wanted to
home.
make sure it was on when he got home.
I realize I'll miss the first 3 hours of my 12-hour pass, but
What, did you TiVo it to
how on a
him?
I don't know
Monday?
what I'm ordering.
On a Monday, how did you get?
At 7.
I don't know what I'm ordering. I was definitely here the day after.
I already. So you do this while you watch in bed?
No, right. What I do is, you know.
But wait a second. How at 7 a.m.
It's gotta
did
be
he
a
order?
mistake.
It's not a mistake. He must have been off that day.
But he says he was here the day after
I
Mother's Day.
definitely.
How do you know you were here the day after Mother's Day? Who remembers?
Because I know that I had to go to L.A. the week of May 20th to the 24th.
Or maybe we had the day off on the day after Mother's
we
Day.
didn't.
We were here. We did.
Somebody check. We had a Monday off.
We did?
I gotta pinpoint this porno bill.
Because he's not
Yeah.
calling home during the show to sign up for porn.
No, I need dates. Because look at this. This doesn't make sense.
maybe I should
look at this.
dispute
May 13th, he ordered 3 programs. He got, listen to this. At 7 a.m., he got the 12-hour block of Playboy. At 4 p.m., he had the Hot Network. And at 4:30 p.m., he ordered Spice 23-hour block.
Artie?
What the,
Artie, are you crazy?
I don't know what I'm ordering.
Can I ask you a question?
Well, he must have been way out of his mind that
All you
day.
gotta do is
are you doing?
He must have been home on the 13th.
Well,
what happened?
When you put one on and it's not good. Like, first of all, sometimes you put on that Playboy thing and it's like a talk show. It's
What is it, Case?
They seem to think that maybe it was the weekend and the computers catch up on Monday, so maybe that's what happened.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, so you did this on a Sunday.
Sunday night.
The day of our Lord.
Artie, is the deal that you go home and you go home and you put this on?
On Mother's Day.
Well, he had to celebrate.
But you go home and you put this on until you finish? Is that the deal?
No.
You just watch it for pure enjoyment.
I'll admit it.
You just go ahead and buy it.
You put it on, you're looking for something to whack to, and there's nothing good on, and then you go to another channel.
And you buy that.
But you bought 24 and 23-hour blocks.
But I don't know that I'm buying a 23-hour block.
Are you in such a frenzy you can't read the screen?
I get in a little bit of a frenzy.
Artie sees $12.95.
When you want to do it, you got to find something quick. He spent like $25 inside of like.
You might as well get a hook.
No, here's why.
But here's what doesn't
disgusting.
make sense. Here's what doesn't make sense. At 7 a.m., he ordered the Playboy 12-hour block.
Yes.
Okay, so he must have whacked to that. Then at 4
No, that's
p.m.
the point. There's nothing. Sometimes that channel has.
Wait a second. And then at 4 p.m. he ordered the Hot Network.
So you had to do it again.
So he had to do it again. So he did it twice in that day.
No.
And at 4:30 p.m. he was trying to whack for a half hour and nothing was going on. So he went to Spice 23-hour block.
All right, here's why you're wrong in all those things.
I'm like a detective of
But
wacky.
wait a minute. Do you think that because now he's got block after block after block of hot, porn. So is he only doing it those 2 times, or is he now tuning in to the block to take advantage?
Well, according to my times, I think he just looks at it once and then leaves the block, because here's what doesn't make sense.
All right.
The very next day, 5:14. You see, there must be from the day before, because 5:14 he gets home from work at 4 p.m.
Right.
And Artie orders the Hot Network at 4 p.m. Then,
as soon as you walk in the door.
And then again at 4:30, the Spice 23-hour block.
No,
it was exactly 23 hours later.
Why don't you just subscribe?
So he probably liked the Spice block and now ordered the exact channel again for 23 hours.
Wait a minute. You got to tell me, is the same thing running for like several days in a block, or are the blocks different?
Can I explain something to you? I'm not. It's like sometimes it's a ripoff, because I'll order one of them and it'll be awful. Like, it's not even worth it.
But dude, every day.
Then I'll go to the other one.
But every day you order the same
block.
thing, a block.
Because it's not always the same, right?
Just order a program.
Sometimes it's the same
How
block.
much is a block?
$8.95.
Wow.
Yeah, but you don't understand, Howard. You can buy a video for what, $19.95 now? Artie, this is 1 month's bill.
We have a plethora of porno here.
Yeah, there's porno coming out of the wall.
May 24th, 7 a.m. Playboy 12-hour block.
Again at 7 a.m.
Yeah. It's like days of June 3rd. 7 a.m. Playboy 12-hour block.
You know what I think he's doing? You're doing this at night to get to sleep, aren't you?
No. Look at this, Robin.
What?
7 a.m. Playboy 12-hour block.
Yeah, but these times are off.
1 p.m. the Hot Network. 1:30 p.m. a half hour later, the Spice 23-hour block.
You never learn.
See, I've already learned, Artie, that clearly Spice works for you best, so why do you get the other stuff first?
Yeah, right. And it's so weird. He goes through all three again.
That's what I'm saying. You never learn.
There's 2 spices. Spice 2 is way better.
Here, it's the same pattern with his masturbation. June 4th, 7 a.m. Playboy 12-hour block.
He's like on a schedule.
Then he goes same day, 4 p.m. the Hot Network, and 4:30 p.m. Spice 23-hour block.
Stop. That's the same thing you did before.
Now here's like a guy in a frenzy.
You know what I'm thinking of? Jeff Bloom in The Fly. Remember The Fly?
Yeah, but listen to this.
All the time.
The guy's whacking every single day. Then right the next day, June 5th, 7 p.m. Playboy 12-hour block. And then almost in the same 7 p.m. thing, the Hot Network.
These times are off.
Get out, Artie.
But you don't dispute that you're doing 3 a day, right?
Oh, my God.
No, I'm not. This is my point. When you see 3 in a day, that just constitutes one
session.
whack, whatever you want to call it.
Are you sure?
I'm not as sophisticated as you guys.
Yeah, but dude, on the 6th, for example, 7 a.m. you do Playboy 12-hour block. And then on the same day, 1 p.m., the Hot Network.
Is he saying that if you tune in to Playboy and buy it now, they charge you from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. no matter what time you're buying it?
Yeah. I'm not, believe me, I only need it for like 2 minutes.
Whatever.
I bet you at the
Why
height
do you
of
keep buying it? It never works for you.
Hoping. He sees Playboy and he thinks it's going to work.
when you went to rehab,
Playboy channel's the worst.
when you went to rehab, were you doing coke 3 times a day? Probably not. He's doing these channels 3 times a day. That's a lot.
No. We need to give Artie more work.
But it's only, but 3 times a day constitutes one. It's not like I'm doing it 3 times.
But don't you feel dirty? Like you made the commitment to push the button for Playboy, and that's not doing it. Then you push again, and if you're racking up money, doesn't it feel a little funny?
It sucks because it's just 2 buttons you got to push. It's like betting with a bookie.
All right.
I was going to say, it's another one of those things where he doesn't have a hobby. He's not spending the money on anything else.
Right, exactly.
That was Artie's porno bill. All right.
Artie, please tell me every once in a while you're with a girl.
No, I am. I have everything's fine there. It's just that I have a lot of free afternoons, and
I think this was before the girlfriend and him got real serious.
No,
Okay.
it's not.
No?
It's not at all.
May, June?
Howard,
Oh,
June 3rd was about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but I think she just got serious with him about 4 days ago.
believe me, everything's fine there. It's just that I have free afternoons, and I'm a
Let me ask you something. Now that you're getting laid regularly, are you still wanking it? You obviously are.
Well, in the afternoon, sometimes in the afternoon.
Wow. You got some libido, dude.
He's like
How often do you bang your girlfriend?
Well, with this schedule, not as much as I'd like.
My girlfriend was complaining last night. I had to do it to her.
It's mostly
Wait. She was
with me.
complaining and
She said, "You're going to sleep. I need it." I said, "Okay, let me get myself together." What I do is then I take off my underpants that I sleep in, and when I'm naked, I feel sexy.
You get turned on.
With me, it's mostly.
And then I just hug her a lot, and then something happens.
See, it's got to be. With me, it's mostly weekends now. Cause
Really? We do
schedule,
it. We do it.
Well, you're not living with. You don't have her there.
I got a question for you.
No, not at all.
She can only take so much Artie.
Okay, I've always wondered this about you. For years, you are so rigid about your schedule. Somebody invites you to something, you're like, I go to bed at 9. Something amazing going on, I go to bed at 9. Okay, if at 9:15 your girlfriend wants to have sex, is that a problem?
No problem.
It doesn't matter. Whatever your schedule was to go to sleep, you can break
Because
that.
I'm in bed.
yeah.
He's in bed.
Yeah, I'm laying there.
And you're going to fall asleep right after you're done?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
See, that's how I am.
I just go, I love it.
He can hardly, he's probably on top of her still.
I fall right asleep like a baby. That is the greatest thing, man, after you bang.
After sex,
What?
Do you even clean up?
Yeah,
you got
I clean up.
after sex, I like to sneak off and get like a Kit Kat.
Me too, but I get an apple. You see, that's the difference in our
get an
lifestyle.
apple. I like to get like a waffles. Waffles are the best because
See,
I like
like-
something
Where are you
heavy.
going to get that?
And then you just fall asleep like a baby.
See, like Beth said to me, listen, I said, I'm going to go get an apple. She said, most people have like a cigarette afterwards. Or,
Yeah, no, I like.
since
to
you have an
eat
apple, and I go, yeah, well, like, Artie eats a whole pizza afterwards. And she said, well, that's why Artie looks the way he does.
He would like
I
waffle.
can't
I
believe Artie's
appreciate-
as thin as he is for how much he eats.
I'm with you. I'm totally down with that.
Yeah,
All
he's
right,
amazing.
time to play the game.
Yeah, wait. Now that that's over, can we get to the embarrassing confessions?
Does your girlfriend know that you have this much porn on your bill?
She does now.
Yeah, you got to tell her to stop
He
listening.
learns everything from the show.
No. But listen, I thought first of all that bill is $287
Right.
for the month. That's my cable bill.
Right.
And it just
100
But
of
this-
it is porn.
100 is extra services, dude.
right. But
Dude, buy Playboy or something.
my
cheaper.
no, yeah, but you see, all right.
You ought to just buy the whole package.
Are you afraid that your mother's listening right now, Artie?
Well, no. My mother knew that the bills were high because she saw.
How could your mother be embarrassed by the fact that you watch porno when you've been in rehab?
Howard,
I mean, porno's a nice
No,
habit.
you're right. I'm setting it up. I'm setting her up for the rest of.
he does a bit in his act about how he made number 2 in his pants while he was on heroin.
Yeah.
So, like, how could that be?
I mean, how do you? So your mom knows you watch porn?
No. Well, the thing is this: is that. Well, it's still embarrassing to tell her. She knew the bills were high because she saw a check, and I kept telling her, "Oh, I was ordering Ocean's 11 on
that's right. She
paper."
does the bills.
Why? I mean, why do you have your mommy doing your bills, dude?
No. I do them, but she happened to see one of the checks.
How does your mother get so involved that she sees your check?
Because she's his decorator and she cooks for him and she's
Well,
over there
she
cleaning
came
for
over
him.
to give me sandwiches.
Wait, dude, you're so tied in with that
What
mommy.
in the world is going on? He's got the mommy. He's got the porn.
Does she come over and make you bed? Be honest.
No, I got a broad who does that.
Yeah, broad. His
I
girlfriend.
hired a person. One of
Black
them,
girl?
One of them foreigners.
Black girl.
You got a girl?
A Mexican.
A Mexican?
Yeah. Barely speaks
Si, senor. Arnie.
Remember what Artie said, when they're foreign, he doesn't mind just following the whole place.
Yeah.
No. What I said was, you don't, because you won't interact with them on a personal level. She barely speaks English, so I don't care if she sees something embarrassing.
Do you think use condoms are a universal language?
All right, look, I want to get to the embarrassing confessions. What we've done here is everybody jotted down 2 quick embarrassing confessions. Not necessarily sexual, but just stupid things you think would be embarrassing. And Casey's going to read them, and we'll see if we can guess them. First, Casey will read all the way through them.
All right.
And we won't
Read
guess.
all the confessions.
You want me to read all of them?
Oh,
Yeah, but remember, randomly. We
I know,
discussed
I know.
that.
How about if we do one at a time and we just guess
that's
who
what
it
I'm
is?
saying.
Well, because then it narrows it down later on.
So we got
Who
2.
cares?
Well, because
Hey,
Go ahead.
I put 2 in there too. Should I take them out or leave them in?
Leave them in.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Yeah, you'll throw off the mix.
Okay, first one. When I go to the beach, I put makeup over my stretch marks.
Wow.
I know who that
That's really embarrassing.
I know who that is.
Hold it a second.
Oh,
well, how do you
I
know?
got
Because
a
they told you that?
figure.
No, but I
I know who it is.
figure
Yeah,
I mean,
got
you
a
would think it
figure
would
who
be a
it is.
woman, so you know.
No, you don't. There's only one
It's
woman
Artie?
here.
I think
It's
so.
Artie.
Artie. Oh, man.
No. I did that.
That's a good one.
I did that one time.
Hey, dude, no explanation.
I did it one
Oh, you see, mine isn't even that embarrassing.
Yeah, well, thanks, guys. I mean,
That's great.
I did it one time. I told no one. There were broads around.
What happened? He does have stretch marks.
I just gained a lot of weight.
Whatever.
It was right after.
No,
I
he
got-
just had a baby.
It was right after.
What kind of makeup did you use?
When I went to rehab the second time, I put on an insane amount of weight,
Right.
and I had a big gut, and I had stretch marks. I was at the beach at the Jersey Shore. I don't know why I just didn't wear a shirt, but I found like one of the chicks that we were down the shore with had that cover-up stuff.
Did you ask her to put it on?
No, I took it out of her bag.
You stole it.
Yeah, but I put it back. I used a lot of it, though. And it was all like right here.
It would have
and
been
I-
great if she said, "Oh my God, my cover-up's missing. Someone stole it," and then
I
accused
didn't know I
Artie.
used that much cover up.
So I put makeup all over the.
Did it work?
melted.
I mean, if someone noticed, they were nice enough not to say anything. But it kind of started to melt and everything.
Oh.
And then I went inside and washed it off and put a shirt on. I was on the beach with it for like a half hour.
How are your stretch marks now? Have they like disappeared somewhat?
Yeah, because I'm thinner.
Let me see. Oh yeah, there you. Oh no.
They're there, right?
Oh man. Oh.
Yeah, no, they're
Bad.
Who's that with Like you're looking at the friggin' elephant.
You know, Artie, seriously, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. My wife's got
Great game.
My wife's got 2 kids, and she doesn't have anything that looks like that.
Okay. I haven't led Jack LaLanne's life. All right?
Pardon me.
Yeah, I think we know that. I think we know I'm no Bruce Jenner.
All right, let's go to the next embarrassing
I love how
confession.
you guys tried to turn and look at me.
Well, I figured that's a girl confession.
Oh, see, it'd be too obvious it was wrong.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Whatever.
Okay.
Jesus, can we get back to the porno bill?
This person went #1 in a bottle next to their bed, so they didn't have to get up.
God, that's not embarrassing.
Come on, who does? I do
That's
that once a
stuttering
day.
Does
John.
that all the time, right?
John, that's not embarrassing.
That's not embarrassing.
That's John's?
John, you did more embarrassing things
Please.
at lunch the other day.
Yeah.
Oh,
What a
please.
confession, John. Thanks a lot.
Rip off. Spin the wheel of sex.
Yeah. Ready? I sometimes cry during TV shows like ER.
Oh, I know that.
Gee, I wish that was Robin.
I know who it is.
You
I know,
watch
guarantee I know.
ER?
What?
You watch
What?
ER?
Go ahead. Who is it?
Gary.
All right.
That's you? Oh, that's right. He loves
See, I
ER.
can't see Howard
That's what I'm
crying.
saying. Howard doesn't watch ER.
See, that's a good one.
Anthony Edwards died the other night. It was very sad.
And you
You
cried?
cried? I mean,
I don't like
Really, I had a party.
I don't
real
weep.
tears come out, though.
Hey, I've been
See,
watching the show for 10 years.
embarrassing stuff is in line with that.
Isn't or is?
Is.
Yeah, okay.
So you cry in ER.
No, you know what? 10 years of watching the show. The guy
Let me ask you
died.
something. Have you ever watched ER and cried and then put makeup over your stretch marks at the same time?
That would be gay.
While ordering the Hot Network.
Go ahead.
Thanks, guys.
Passed out at a wedding as the best man.
Oh, that's not embarrassing. He passed out.
Yeah, who's
That's
that?
gotta be Fred.
Fred.
That's very embarrassing. You're in front of a church full of people?
All right,
Yeah,
go.
you
All right,
pass
here we
out?
go.
I
That's
was drunk from the night before.
whatever.
I've
Yeah,
done that
right.
twice.
Boy, if Fred would ever admit to something
boy,
embarrassing.
was that
Boy,
embarrassing?
Fred.
It was embarrassing to me.
Hold it. Richard Johnson's on from page 6. He wants to get.
What was that again?
You passed out from being drunk? That's kind of cool.
I didn't find that cool at the moment.
I know.
Very embarrassing.
All right.
Can I call my mother?
Typical Fred.
Ready?
Putting makeup on your
your
stretch
stretch
marks.
marks.
I don't have stretch marks.
You've done.
You guys sucked me into this, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
I like reading Larry King books.
Ooh.
Oh.
I know.
That's Howard. Is that Howard?
What?
Is that
Get out, Howard!
How? But do you,
Are you serious?
Yeah, I got it. That was my confession. Listen to this.
not for
I'm
material.
walking around. No, not for material.
You
like it.
enjoy his books?
I do. I got to
I'm
tell you
not.
something. I never admitted that before, but you know, on my library shelf, you've been to my apartment.
Yeah.
You know, I have books. I got Larry King's book, and I keep it like in my goofy book section.
Right. But
The
you
other
really...
day, I'm sitting there on the bowl reading it, and I go, you know what? I got to admit it. I like reading Larry King books.
That's disgusting.
what do you like about him?
I like the anecdotes. I do. It's embarrassing.
That is.
It's very embarrassing.
You know what? It's not so embarrassing for a regular person, but for you.
I
No,
like
but
Larry.
he has goofed on those
I know,
very
I
anecdotes
know.
Yeah.
to the point,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
I'm
it's
like-
become uncool for anybody
You know what
to
I'm
read
like?
the book.
I'm like a gay man who gay bashes.
That's
You're
right.
self-hating gay man.
I'm a
Absolutely.
self-hated gay man.
Absolutely.
Instead of saying I like Larry King's books,
That's not so embarrassing. It's just wrong.
it's
Yeah,
wrong.
No, you are the most heterosexual guy I know, but with the gayest habits.
Right. I know.
Honestly.
I know. I like reading
You're a
Larry King's
gay
books.
heterosexual man.
He's got one whole book of like his celebrity interviews and his anecdotes about it. And then I read one about.
You've read more than one.
I read them all.
Hey, Case, is this the one that we knew about?
Yeah, he said it on the air one time.
I never knew.
No, I thought it was for material. It wasn't like he read
No,
it.
I read it because I
enjoyed
like it. I like it.
That's funny.
Believe me, that's like a James Caan type move compared to taping Dawson's friggin' Creek.
All right, come on.
Well,
how do you
you're
feel about-
looking at it in perspective. I really am offended by this.
But I got to know one thing. The column.
As a fan of literature.
And you know what? I want to meet other people who like it too.
Yeah, well,
I want to start
your own
a
chat
Larry
room.
King chat room.
Howard, the column. You like it or not?
The column, no. The column I don't care about.
Because that would be really bad.
Column's
Well,
dumb.
the column's gone.
The
so-
column wasn't written by Larry King. Neither were his books. So whoever writes those, bravo.
Yeah, he should have had the same person writing the column as the books.
Yeah.
All right, keep.
Are you ready?
Well, okay. I admitted something embarrassing.
That's
Wait, my
not
next,
that embarrassing. It's just wrong because you
Yeah,
really
yeah.
bash him.
my next one's even more wrong.
Well, we'll see what that is. It's
Okay.
random, so we don't know that it's the very next one.
Let's see how you do, Princess.
Oh, I'm going to be embarrassed.
All right, let's see.
I cried at a Michael Jackson concert.
Who did that?
It's got to be Robin.
No, I wouldn't go to a
Casey.
Michael
It's
Jackson
Casey.
concert.
You think I would go to a Michael Jackson concert?
Who would cry at
At
a...
a Michael Jackson
Is there somebody
concert?
that we don't know is playing that... Fred, did you
that
cry?
you,
That's not mine.
Artie?
Artie!
Hang
You
it.
guys suck at this game. You guys suck at this game.
How
I
did you...
passed out as a best man.
Yeah, Fred's
I
totally...
peed in a bottle.
Yeah, John.
Yeah,
No,
John,
in bed,
you suck.
in bed.
I do that twice a day.
John, you suck.
I didn't know.
All right, here, can I just explain myself?
Right.
When were you at a Michael Jackson concert? You were at that thing?
All right. Late 80s.
Was it during She's Out of My Life?
Oh, it
Late
was even the
80s.
late
You're on
80s.
coke.
Late 80s at the Garden. It was a bunch of chicks going that we knew, and we all went. And my father had just fallen, was a quadriplegic in a wheelchair.
Oh.
We happened to be seated.
Oh, yeah, use your father's illness.
Let me just say,
Yeah.
we happened to be seated right next to the handicap section. There were all people in wheelchairs, and he started singing that song, Man in the Mirror. And I got a little welled up.
Did you actually have real tears?
And I was
I mean, did you
crying.
boo-hoo or?
I believe you're crying at your stretch marks, but not.
And my buddy Danny was like, "Dude, what's wrong with you?" And I go, "It's the weed," because we were smoking weed. And I said, "Oh, the weed is."
Affecting my vision.
Yeah, because sometimes you get like, and I blamed it on the weed, but I had to actually go to the bathroom
I mean, you couldn't compose
and
yourself.
compose myself.
Really? That broken up?
Boy, you must have bummed everyone out who was smoking that
That
night.
is so funny. That is so funny.
All right, all right.
you were
That's,
not
that's
even-
embarrassing.
you were
Go
not-
ahead. Next one.
He wasn't even in the running for that one for me.
Next one.
1980 he did it.
This is 88-ish.
Go ahead.
I stabbed myself in the leg with a knife.
Robin.
No.
Casey.
Fred.
That's
You
Casey.
did that, Casey?
Yeah, I did it. It was funny.
That's not embarrassing, though.
You're an idiot, too.
That's not
You
embarrassing?
mean you did it on purpose?
Yeah.
Why? How deep did you let the blade go in?
Well, I it's probably about like that much. Like this dude.
3/4 of an inch?
Yeah, I guess this dude at a party had a knife, and I was gonna fight him. And when I went back like the next day, I was thinking, like, what if like this guy stabbed me? So I took the knife and I stabbed my down by my calf with it. It was bleeding. It was great.
Mark of an 89 IQ.
Wait a minute.
That's not embarrassing. Your brain.
That's stupid. It's not embarrassing.
All right, go ahead. It's not embarrassing. You don't even know the premise.
I once pleasured myself with a full 𝗧𝗵𝗲 jar.
I wish that was Fred. That's the kind of thing I
Yeah,
look
that's
for.
a good revelation.
Artie's out, right?
Artie's
That should.
Not even go for Artie.
I'm going to say Gary.
Yeah. No?
John?
Yeah, it's got
All
to
right, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's.
That's a good one, John.
And you know what? I burned it all. It burned so bad I didn't know.
Burn?
It burns. Who knew?
The
yeah,
menthol.
that 𝗧𝗵𝗲 has that medicated stuff in it.
Because you stick your finger in a 𝗧𝗵𝗲 bottle.
It's cool.
Yeah, it feels like it might be nice.
Yeah, you know what?
You're Mr. American Pie.
I never got into, like, different things.
I couldn't get laid. I need to do something.
How old were you?
Like 14, 15.
Dude, don't feel
in
bad. I did the same thing with Ben Gay once.
Wait a minute.
Bang gay.
Yeah, dude, it hurt like a best. Like after I finished, I put my underwear back on, and when it keeps the heat in, so it hurt like a bastard.
Well, the guy in American Pie used a pie.
Right. But, John, did you put the 𝗧𝗵𝗲 back on the shelf?
No.
No, I didn't do it to completion. It burned immediately.
John probably ate coleslaw with his fingers.
So you
right
took the
after.
𝗧𝗵𝗲 and put it back. Like when was this one? While you were married, or?
No, I was when I lived with my parents.
So your mom used that 𝗧𝗵𝗲?
Oh, my God.
That's low. Oh, that is low.
Yeah.
So, like, was there a big hole in the middle?
You know what?
Oh, jeez.
You got to watch your kids, man. You really do.
Yeah, don't use anything.
How old were you?
He said
Like
about
14, I couldn't get laid. I was like, it looked like it might feel nice. So I put my finger in it first. And
All right, let's go on to the next embarrassing confession.
that was embarrassing, right?
That was good, John. That was.
I have had
it.
I have had an accident in my pants as an adult.
Robin, I know that.
Yeah.
That's Robin.
How do you know that?
Because you sometimes laugh real hard and you pee.
No. That wasn't how it. I'm talking about
A
number
duty?
2.
Wasn't that why you were on the air and you tried to run to the bathroom one time?
No. It happened. Actually, it was. I remember the day distinctly because it was the day you did that Channel 5 show with what's his name? Where you handcuffed
Bill
him?
Boggs.
Bill Boggs. Oh, my God.
And I had been out in the morning, and I promised you that I was going to come and be there when you were doing your thing on the show. So I'm out, and all of a sudden I get deathly ill. I'm in my car on the way to Scotia. And I'm like racing to try to get somewhere, and everything just came out while I'm sitting.
Diarrhea?
In the car, yes. And I'm wearing a skirt. And so now I've got to go find a place. And I had to go
Did
back.
it get on your skirt or just in your underpants?
No, it was just all over in the
In the underpants.
In the underpants.
Did it get
and pantyhose.
Oh.
Thank God for pantyhose.
Thank God, or else it would have gotten on your
Right,
skirt.
Thank God for pantyhose. And I had to walk somewhere.
Was it a big load?
Oh, it was awful. It was like...
Oh, my God.
Too bad they didn't have eBay back then.
Well, guess what? I then came to see you.
What did you do? Did you go to a public restroom and then throw it out?
Yeah, and I had to I used like tons and tons of paper towels.
Picture the stink.
And I took this whole
Picture it.
A big wad.
threw it away, and they're garbage.
You know what? You know what's funny about that? As I listen to that, not only can I imagine you doing that because you're such a lady, but I realized about a week, last week, I had a similar problem. I mean, I was sitting in my apartment, and I pushed out a fart.
Oh, yeah.
And then I just knew something. I was on the phone. I knew something was horribly wrong because everything just felt like too much. And because I eat a lot of fruit, and then I went right into the bathroom, and my gray Calvin Kleins were covered. They were covered in stuff. And then what I did was I whipped them off, got in the shower, rinsed off,
Well, at least you were at home.
Yeah, thank God. And I took my underpants off, and rather than throw them out because I love that underpants.
Oh no.
And Ralph's the only one who sees them, so I just went in the sink, scrubbed them with some soap, and then they were wet. I kept them by the tub for about 2 days.
Yeah,
and
you let them dry and throw in the wash.
yeah, that's all.
Well, I was got to tell you, there was no saving this situation.
No, that sounds bad.
Robin's panties probably look like a Jackson Pollock painting.
I read more embarrassing.
Wait a minute. I got to tell you, because then, like I had to clean myself up. And the whole time you're saying, I was like, yeah, Howard, you did a great job. I wanted to die because
Really?
I was just sick and this horrible, and I wanted to go take a shower, and I still was there for you.
Well, thank you, Rob, but you really could have stayed home.
Can I just remind you that I had that same incident here about 3 years ago? Remember?
Yeah, I remember. I've heard that story, but it's different when it's Robin. That was a good one.
Yeah, for a guy, it's
All right, go ahead.
Okay. 𝗧𝗵𝗲 was a major influence, and I feel bad that I was mean to him.
Oh, get out of here, Howard.
That's embarrassing to me.
Oh, come on, Howard.
Yeah, but we know that for you, how embarrassed you should have been. Please, remember in Washington you revealed to me, in fact, you carried on because he was going to be a guest on the show. I looked at you like you had lost your
I
mind.
didn't realize you guys are going to go this crazy.
Can I feel?
That's the lamest one.
Can I say that?
All right, come on. My Larry King book one was good.
Can I say that
That
I feel?
wasn't embarrassing, it's just wrong.
I feel raped by this.
That's right, I actually want to
I
curse
feel like
now.
I've been
All right, go ahead.
Because you are just as bad as John.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't know you guys were going to go that crazy. Go ahead,
Much worse than me.
Oh, your duty one isn't that embarrassing. We've all
get
admitted to
out.
dutying our pants.
Please, I never did.
Wow, John masturbated when he was 14. Jeez.
Wow.
Call 2020.
Exactly. I think my Larry King one is very embarrassing.
No, it's not.
Well, I'm embarrassed. Go ahead, Casey.
I own and sometimes listen to Barry Manilow music.
Oh, I'll tell you who that is.
For Gary.
I'm going to say Fred.
I'm going to say Gary because he looks guilty. All right, who else you got there? Go ahead, read some more.
One time during a foursome, I couldn't get aroused.
Oh, it can't be
Wait
Artie.
a minute. It's not Artie.
It's Casey.
Fred?
Oh yeah, it's Casey.
It's Casey.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, please. No, you can't get aroused.
We know because you're gay.
Did the chick turn you off?
No, it was the 3 more guys.
No, it was like, it was me and this chick, right? And we were on this one part of the couch, and then this other guy and this other chick, and they were getting busy. They were doing it, right? And then for some reason, it was probably because like 4 in the morning, we were drinking.
The reason was because there were 2 girls in the room.
No, but then like when it got in a different room, it was all right later.
Yeah,
All right,
when
go
you
ahead.
and the guy were alone.
You have so much trouble getting aroused.
No, it only happened a couple times. That was in college. Yeah, I'm fine.
All right, go ahead. Next one. I don't want to hear about you. More Artie revelations.
Artie, could you write some more?
I got a million of them.
Lied to an older woman about age to date her.
Oh, Fred, stop it.
Please.
Stop the madness.
That's wrong.
That's not a revelation.
Let us go.
I was 15 years old. She was
Oh, wow, you
19
lied
years
about
old.
your age to get laid.
I gotta tell you,
How
proud of you.
embarrassing.
Oh, it's so embarrassing, Fred.
It was embarrassing
You really
to me.
humiliated yourself. You never revealed one embarrassing thing about yourself in your entire
Get
time
outta
here.
here. There's so many things that have been embarrassing to me on the other Rainbow Room, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, but we found
Yeah,
that
we
out.
found it out. You never revealed
But
it.
those are embarrassing things. Haven't
You know
done
what?
a lot of
You
embarrassing
don't
things in my
realize?
life.
Oh, please.
wait a second.
I've never pooped in my pants.
I have one for Fred, but let me go after
I
you say it.
He's just afraid to admit stuff.
He won't admit
Go ahead.
anything to us.
Go.
No, I want to go ask Fred if it's okay to say on the air.
No, don't just say
No,
it.
say it, because
Fred
he was
doesn't
supposed
care.
to reveal something.
Well, it
He
was
didn't.
so long ago.
Fred's revelation is like, one night I didn't brush my teeth when I was drunk.
Ooh, I got drunk.
I mean, you know he's done
Wait a
tons of
minute.
embarrassing.
Reading Larry King is embarrassing.
Of course,
No,
because
it's
I
not.
goofed on
I
him for
said
years.
Stop it.
At least it's something.
That's not even embarrassing.
I've
at all.
revealed
At least
everything
it's
else.
a revelation.
The poop is the revelation in the car, but for Larry King.
By the way, in another moment of candor, Fred admits he walked to work today.
See, no,
halfway.
for those 2 things for you to
How about
say.
like I once put up a dartboard at Howard and threw darts at it?
No, that's Robin.
Okay, Robin stepped on my face.
But I
you go.
admitted it.
Yeah.
I never did.
Go ahead, Gary. What's your Fred revelation?
I don't know.
Come on, Gary. We
No, I
need a
don't know, you know,
revelation from Fred.
I don't
He
think
owes
it's
us.
a long time ago, so I don't think I'll be embarrassed by it.
Wet
But
my bed.
no,
What'd he do?
What'd he do?
Fred,
He came on to you?
Fred, no,
You
guys
I-
tongue
no,
kiss?
I said that there was a period of time, Fred, when I first met you, where I would guess that you hadn't gotten laid in a pretty good stretch of time. Correct?
That's not even an unusual guess. That's right on.
Okay. Did you ever?
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Did you ever just Did somebody ever write you a letter who's a listener?
No, that's been done on the air.
It has?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Fred got a letter from a listener, and Fred called her and banged her, but sight unseen.
Yeah.
Well, that's at least a revelation.
Yeah, thank you.
But that was that's been discussed on the air.
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it has.
You got a letter from a listener and went and banged her?
I could have sworn
that was your wife, I thought.
No. That was a different listener.
Oh, that was a dial-a-date.
No, it was funny because Fred came back and he was like a different guy. He was like rejuvenated.
He was like Spock.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah,
what happened to that girl? Is she alive?
Or is that the one you had to
No,
shovel
I think
for?
she's still alive, and I just, I got embarrassed by the whole thing. I felt bad because
You used her.
I used her.
Yeah,
and I felt really badly about that.
He did it once, and then he went another time, and then he got embarrassed.
And then
Oh,
it was
he
like,
went again?
Oh, yeah. Twice to the well.
Ah, now there's a revelation.
No kidding. Was she hot?
She was okay looking. Hey, for a letter writer, she was good.
All right, forget it. All right, read the rest of them, Casey. Go ahead.
I like to finish furniture. It's my new hobby. I've been spotted at craft stores.
Robin. Oh, please. And you, please.
I can't. My head's gonna explode from that.
I'm embarrassed about that.
Artie really gave of himself today. I have to say.
He did. Artie took
I am
one.
embarrassed about that.
Can I just?
You didn't know that.
This is like when we told Billy West we were going to all take pictures of our nut sacks. We said, Billy, we're all going to take pictures of our nut sacks, and on the air we're going to try and guess whose is who. I said, why don't you go first? He took a picture of his nut sack, and no one else did it. I still got that picture. We got the Polaroid. Yeah.
I got one more.
Yeah.
Last one.
That was last.
I organize my clothes by season and type.
Let me think. Well, it's not Gary.
Can't be Artie.
I'm leaving.
Can't be Artie. Can't be Fred.
Is that Gary's second?
It ain't me. I had done too.
Gary's obsessive compulsive like that.
KC, right?
It's you?
Yeah, it's Gary.
By season and what?
And color?
And he crossed
The
this one
Hampton
out.
Bowie and Boss Bowie and.
You know, for all that work, man, you still look like hell.
I know I have crappy clothes, but I'm still like crazy about them. So, for instance, there's clothes that are long sleeve shirts that I only wear in the winter, and they go on one side of the closet.
You won't wear a long sleeve shirt in the summer?
It's too hot. No, I try not to wear long sleeve shirts in the summer, and then the pants are all hung on things.
Okay, I just.
Artie, you were raped.
I don't think
You were raped.
All right, I will take it back right after these words. I got to take a break. Artie was raped. Baby. Oh my goodness. I'm exploding. Hey, what's up, baby? Yeah, all right. Oh, man. And how are you this morning? I was over at... Look at it.
Oh, yes, you said you were going to take a little trip. How was it?
Yeah, it was great. I always get charged up when I'm over there.
Yeah.
Looking forward to being there. Our studio is huge. It's
really?
It's like an entire floor.
Oh, my goodness.
It's pretty crazy. But then I was looking at some other studio space in case they throw us off here early, if I could go right on the air, and I could.
Uh-huh.
It was a fun little space that I think we would like, you know.
Until ours is ready.
Yeah, they got some good equipment over there, too, I think.
You think it works?
It looked like it worked. I tested it. I said, let me see if this works. They went... I went by, Jim Brewer was on the air, and I was going to go in and say hi to him on the air, but I don't know. I didn't want to violate any contracts, but...
Oh, that's right.
But I think, I mean, as far as I know, I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah, I think you can be a guest.
I just didn't want... You know what? I was there with my daughters, and I didn't want to get started.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the hell was going on. He was doing well. Daryl Hammond was there, the guy
Sure.
from Saturday Night Live, of course. Daryl.
Were the girls impressed?
Yeah, they loved it. They got all charged up. They were like, Dad, we're really happy for you. This is a good opportunity. And
you know what we were laughing about, who they seemed the most impressed with meeting? Human Newman.
Yeah, well, I'm most impressed with Human Newman.
Really?
Yeah, because I used to listen to Human Newman on Z100, and I go, Deborah, because Deborah used to listen to Z100.
Sure.
All my girls listened to Z100, except for Emily. She never was into that kind of music.
Right.
But Deborah was like, I go, Deborah, it's Human Newman. You know, right? Because like Michael Love from the Beach Boys was hanging out in the hall, and I don't think they cared about him so much.
Yeah, I don't think they knew who he was, even though you asked them.
They claim they know the Beach Boys because they know those songs.
Yeah, I'm sure they do know the songs, but I mean...
I think from when they went to summer camp, they used to have to, like, they would make up words to Good Vibrations.
Right.
And Mike Love is he's one of the original guys, right?
Yeah.
Sure, but I mean, that's not going to have much relevance to them.
No. It wasn't like Eminem was there or something. Right. I took them by Shady 45, the Eminem channel.
Uh-huh.
And it's pretty wild back there. It's all the way in the back, all black people. And they have curtains around the window so you can't see in. But meanwhile, the curtains are outside the glass so we can control them.
Oh, so you can open them.
Yeah, so I opened them up. Yeah, we looked. I go, let me see what's doing there. I figure it was like black people having sex or something, you know?
Right.
Open up the window. They're in there working.
Right, that's what they don't want you to see, black people work.
They're keeping that a secret.
Right.
Can't let that get out.
And it was so funny. And then a black guy came walking out and I go, hey, man, what's this? Curtains on the outside. I can control the curtains. You can't.
Right. That's not the way it's supposed to work.
And he just like walked by. Man.
Those curtains are always up, Howard.
Always up.
Always up.
Yeah. There's only one other channel that has curtains, but they have sheer curtains. You can kind of see it. It's like a brothel. It's the Maxim channel.
Oh, okay. And what's going on in there?
I don't know, man. I couldn't really see that good into the Maxim channel, and I couldn't hear what was going on because we were out in the hall. But I was told they have their own set of rules, like they put censorship on that channel because certain language they don't want.
I see.
I was surprised.
They're censoring themselves.
Yeah, they don't want it to be like, Shady 45.
Right.
It's Maxim. Maxim wants to protect the brand. They don't want it to just turn into, like, naked chicks running around.
But that's what it is.
Well, it's not. It's almost naked chicks running
around. So get running around in bikinis.
Are they famous, though? See, because Maxim was famous for giving you almost naked famous chicks.
Yeah.
Well, now they're almost famous naked chicks.
I got to tell you, all I saw going on the Maxim channel was, I think, some people playing music, but I don't know.
That's every time I tune in, that's what they're doing.
They take a lot of calls there.
Yeah, a lot of calls. Hey, man, what's happening?
I thought it was interesting. We stopped by OutQ.
Yeah, we went by the gay channel.
The gay channel, yeah.
Sal and Richard's favorite channel.
We met sort of a celebrity there. This guy, Signorelli, who...
Yeah, Michelangelo. That's what it is.
Michelangelo Signorelli, who, as Gary explained to my daughters, he goes, that's a very famous gay person right there.
That's right.
And the girls go, why is that? He invented outing.
That's right.
He invented squealing on gay people.
Started outing people.
Right.
And you're the best line. You go, you know what? I don't know that I'm very comfortable with that.
He's the Sammy.
I said that. I go, I don't think I agree with outing.
I forget who he outed, but he was...
I think he outed... I think the first person he outed was like David Geffen or something like that.
He's the Sammy the Bull Gravano of gay people.
That's right.
Well, then Jeremy pointed out he only outed people who were people he didn't like.
No, he said he only outed famous people.
Right.
And I said, well, of course, because why would you out people no one knows?
Who cares about Joe Blow?
Yeah, Joe Blow. The gay channel's all the way in the back, right next to the Martha Stewart channel.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. We were supposed to be next to the gay channel, but it wasn't enough room for us.
Yeah.
I think they thought Martha's people would get along a little better with them.
Are they on, like, the opposite side of the building from the NFL or something?
No, NFL's right there in that little corner. It's NFL, Martha Stewart, and the gay channel.
They're coexisting.
Yeah, OutQ.
We stopped by the NFL channel, saw John Riggins.
Always. John
Riggins is there perpetually.
He must live there. He loves to broadcast, that guy. He's a broadcasting fool.
And not only is he always there.
Never says hello to us.
That's right.
Yeah.
I know. Because you know what? I was there last week with some family. I was showing him around, and I could actually see the guy that was on with say, oh, that's the producer of the Howard Stern Show. And he sort of glanced over and then just turned around again.
Riggins doesn't like us.
Yeah, I wonder if we ever did anything to him. Now you got to go through your mental Rolodex and figure out what...
Because I was working in Washington when Riggins was big.
Yeah, but we weren't the one. I mean, he has the nerve not to talk to us. Didn't he sort of insult Sandra Day O'Connor?
We looked that up yesterday. He was at a party with Sandra Day O'Connor, and he got a little tipsy, and he said to her, why don't you lighten up, why don't you lighten up your broad or something like that?
Why don't you lighten up, honey?
Yeah, she's a Supreme Court justice, and he's like, hey, honey, lighten up.
That's funny.
Let it rip.
But you know what? Do
you think Riggins sees us out of the corner of his eye and blows us off, or do you think Riggins was just lost in doing his broadcast?
No, I think he sees us out of the corner of his eye and blows us off, but I don't know if he blows us off because he doesn't like us. He was on the air, yes, he was talking. It's not like... And every time I've gone up there, he's talking. He's never standing around, like, not doing anything.
No, he's working.
I mean, the guy's like a marathon broadcaster.
Yeah, he loves it. He's like Jerry Lewis.
But he was totally aware you were there yesterday.
Oh, he was?
I thought he might have come out to say hello.
Nah.
As almost everyone else does.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he was weird about it.
We'll have to get to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
That place is filled with every person we've ever met in our career, don't you think?
And then some.
It's, we stop by and Howard's like, oh, I want to introduce my daughters to Meg Griffin.
Right.
Then you go to the host, there's more Coppola. Oh,
Yeah.
there's Human Newman. It just goes on and on.
Human Newman.
Hello, Steve Leeds.
Steve Leeds.
I know. I sometimes feel like you're having a reunion when you walk through that building.
Yeah. It's weird.
I met Pat St. John when I was up there. That was
He's the only
He's
person.
usually there all the time.
He's the only person that's there as much as John Riggins.
Yeah. There's a plant that isn't there as much.
And what is Riggins? Just total sports talk?
It's the NFL channel.
Oh, it's the NFL.
You might like hanging out there because you're so into sports.
Yeah,
I used to like Riggins.
And you'll see a lot of your heroes already walking through the halls.
Riggins, by the way, Howard, he's like
Who, Jack Daniels?
Yeah.
Human Newman.
I think Riggins is like 13th on the all-time rushing list. I mean, he's one of the great running backs of all time.
Yeah. No, he was great.
Although he doesn't.
I know that.
Although he doesn't look like he did. He doesn't look as big as he used to be.
Right. Yeah, well, he's an old dude now. He must be like 80.
No.
Not 80.
I'll bet you he's 50-something.
I don't know. I was looking at him. He looked like he's 80.
You know what? You know what, Howard?
Football takes its toll on you.
You guys might be the same age.
Oh, really?
When the Redskins won in '82, he was probably like he was past his prime. They thought.
And he
was 30-something.
So he's probably like 31. He's probably like 50, 54, 55 maybe.
Yeah.
Super Bowl MVP.
You know who looks good? Human Newman.
Does he?
But
that's good
he
news.
probably looks his age.
He came right up to me and goes, Howard, Human Newman. I'm like, whoa.
How do you say that to a person?
I love
I'm
it.
Human Newman.
I love it.
Hello, Howard. Baba Booey.
I go, yeah. I go to Deborah. Deborah, it's Human Newman. You believe this? Out of all the guys, it was Human Newman. I knew she liked Human Newman. Oh, Riggins is 56 years old.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, much older than us.
That's right.
And,
we're children.
Yeah, he's an old man. He did look kind of old, though, Human Newman. Not Human Newman, Riggins.
Yeah, next time you see him, Howard, you should ask him what Vietnam was like and all this stuff.
Yeah.
The Beatles.
Sir Wiggins. John Sir Wiggins.
Yeah, he doesn't want us to be upset with him. We can make his life difficult.
Yeah, we're a big pain in the ass.
Yeah, let's not make
What's
enemies.
weird is where my office is in the new building.
Uh-huh.
I got this 2 glass windows, and it looks right down on the NBC building where we got fired from.
You're kidding.
Which I thought was kind of cool. It's like I could look out the window and go, you guys fired me, did the best thing you ever did for me.
Yeah, you thought I'd never be heard from again.
Yeah, look at me now. Here, I'm never heard from again. I'm on satellite. There's 3 million
now
people
I
listening.
am going right into...
Yeah, I can look out the window and go, you were absolutely right. Nobody hears from me
I'm
now.
going right into oblivion.
Yeah. I don't know. You get up there and you feel stoked and you feel like you're part of something that's going to be big.
Yeah.
You really do.
A lot of excitement.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. And the engineering guys are excited. This guy, Mark, who's an engineer guy, he's a real excited dude. And they're just so into the equipment.
Everybody seems to enjoy being there.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
There was when Howard stopped by Jim Brewer's show just to watch and everything, there were a couple comedians on, and one guy, I thought he had the best line. Jim Brewer goes, okay, let's just do our show. Howard's not coming, let's do our show. And the guy goes, it's like trying to play guitar in front of Paul McCartney.
Aww.
Yeah, but you know what? My kids didn't hear that line.
I know.
They weren't listening. Too bad. It was all for nothing.
It was a waste.
It was a waste. I would like the kids to be impressed. I was going to go, kids, did you hear what he just said? But then
if you say that, then it's like,
then you're a douche.
They just need to hear it.
Yeah, you're supposed to quietly walk away.
I believe that gentleman, and then they started paying attention when that guy called in and said he didn't want to hear about me.
Right.
He was goofing on me. They said, Howard Stern's out there, and the guy was like, I don't want to talk about Howard Stern. I want to talk to you guys. And I was like,
dear.
Oh, that my daughter's here. Great.
Timing is everything.
Timing is everything, and I didn't seem to have it. Yeah. So I gave the girls a tour of Satellite, which Gary fortunately was there because I don't even know where anything is in that building.
Yeah.
Walked around, saw a bunch of folks. It's kind of cool. It's cool watching everybody program all the different channels.
Mm-hmm.
And this is cool. And I took the girls over to Nobu, the new one here in this building.
That's beautiful. I just passed it yesterday. I finally got a chance to take a look at it. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I broke my no drinking rule during the week.
Uh-oh.
Again?
Again.
Artie, move over one seat. Howard's joining you at the Paxil table.
You got any Paxil?
Here comes the spiral.
Howard's been sober for 12 hours.
Yeah.
What'd you drink? On a Monday, no less. Monday's really bad.
Yeah, that's the beginning of the week.
I don't know about you, but I don't even count. Is it? What day is it today?
Today's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Like
you do.
I don't know about you, but I don't count drinking some sake.
Oh,
alcohol.
please. Yeah, that's when you're really in trouble, when you start discounting beer and wine
Well, that's
from
what
being
I...
alcohol.
If all I drank was beer, I didn't consider it a drinking.
Right.
Right.
That's a true alcoholic.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think I really drank last night. I only drank a quart of sake. No, I just had a couple of, like, plum wines and some sake.
Are you a sake guy? I don't hear you talking about it.
That's what I'm saying. It didn't count.
Because I know Gary loves it.
It's probably some of the drunkest I've ever been is drinking sake.
Yeah. You drink that stuff. He sits there and puts his pinky out.
Oh, yeah, with the little bamboo cup.
Dude, after I watched that on the E! Show, I felt gay watching it.
A little bamboo cup. At least put it in a tumbler with some ice.
Yeah.
I know how to drink.
Well, you don't put ice in wine.
But it's sake. You can.
Sake's what's a wine?
It's like vodka.
It's somewhere in the middle.
I don't know. It looks to me like you could oil your car. You could do a lot of stuff with that sake.
I don't even get a buzz from the sake.
You know?
No.
Well, 2 quarts in, you do.
No. But I only had like 3 little things. That's nothing. That's hardly a drink.
Just went through that one little bottle they gave you.
Yeah.
Well, your daughter seemed to really be impressed with the place. They really seemed to like it.
What, Satellite?
Yeah.
Oh, they were blown out by it. Emily sent me a letter this morning, like an email, and shot me off an email and said, wow, that's really awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Because, after you've seen it, you don't know if everybody else is going to be impressed with it, like when other people see it, what are they going to think?
Yeah. Just looking around, it was just very cool. It's a very unusual experience to see 120 channels all in one room, one building. You know what's interesting? Because I've taken a bunch of people around up there, what blows people away, and your daughter said it yesterday. We went into one of the studios, and she goes, my God, everything looks brand new. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, you don't see that too often. And all the equipment is digitized,
It's state of the art. That's the nice thing about it.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. What?
First time I went over there, I, immediately left from here, and I looked at the place, and I said, what's the startup business?
Right.
Yeah,
this place or that place?
Yeah.
I know, that place looks like it knows what it's doing.
Oh, is this Jim's show?
Yeah.
Is this worth listening to or not?
It's sort of, it's sort of all over the place, but it's him reacting when he sees you outside the window.
My kids like Jim Brewer.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah, they were like, wow, he's funny. I go, in the hall, he was a scream. I said, he's good on the air, too.
Yeah, in fact, we were talking about, I have to get a tape of his show with Rob Schneider.
Oh, yeah, I just still want to hear that.
Yeah, he told me it was weird. He
didn't know what was going on, huh?
No, he thought it was odd.
When you see those guys laughing at something you said, that is the ultimate trippy. Yeah. What is that?
I love that laugh of his.
Jim doesn't even know how to, work the microphone. Like, he holds it like a stand-up comic. He walks around with it like he's on stage.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
okay.
kidding.
Like,
So
he walks around the studio?
Yeah. Yeah.
He told me he did that a little bit. Yeah, that must be odd to see, because there's no audience.
Where are his guests? They're not walking with him, are they?
No, he just, holds it in his hand.
No, but I'm just saying, the guests must feel weird when he's walking all over the place.
He's not really walking. He was sitting, but he was holding it,
okay. So he's not walking around with it. He's, on a stand or something.
It's a very odd setup. They're, at a little card table in a dark room. Yeah. It's not even, actually a studio.
It doesn't really look like a radio show.
No, it's an empty studio with just a table and a few mics on a table.
It sounds like he gets moved around a bit because he sometimes says, I don't know where I didn't know where I was going to be broadcasting from today.
It doesn't apparently bother him at all.
What are you looking for? Oh, damn. Oh, we're getting a Stern. Yeah. Holy He said he was coming. He said he was stopping by.
He's coming in here?
I don't know, maybe. Wow. There's 𝗏𝗏 𝗏. Holy yeah. Dude, it's crazy. Wow, dude. Huge, man.
They're laughing at 𝗏𝗏 𝗏.
I know. There's 𝗏𝗏 𝗏.
Yeah. Those guys had endless hours to kill. I don't think there's any commercials or anything.
Oh, no.
Hey, there's 𝗏𝗏 𝗏.
I said to Howard, I don't think I've ever seen a performer less stressed out than Jim Brewer.
Really?
He's in flip-flops and shorts, and he comes out, he's like, dude, you got a couple of minutes, but we'll be back. I'll see you later. No stress at all.
Yeah, you can't, I think he just stopped the show for a few minutes, came out and said hello.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Come in here.
I don't think... How are you? Well, I don't know. Can he come in here? He can do whatever he wants, man.
Outside the glass.
Where guys
when does he come in?
Wow, dude. What's up, Hammer? Come in here. Baba Booey, everybody. Everyone, the women.
Women, those are your daughters.
Down the hall. Dude, they got... Someone go get him.
Go get him. They're playing your song.
Floyd, you want to help him find the studio? Oh, Larry, you did not just knock us out. Come on, lad. I'm still on. You're on? I'm on. I'm off. I'm on. I'm on.
Gee, I don't know what these guys are doing.
I don't think he knows when he's on. When he's off, the headphones got knocked out.
Right. It's weird how they're casually just saying the S word, you know?
Yeah.
It's funny.
Don't you move now. Don't you move. That would be just too true. Larry, don't get too excited.
Is he allowed to come on? I don't think he's allowed yet.
He might not be allowed.
Yeah.
We didn't know.
Yeah.
I was just like, great. Am I allowed to go on there or what?
But anyway, yeah, that was cool. Seeing Stern walking by.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. So
why can't he come on?
Maybe
contract or something. Okay.
That guy allegedly looks like Stern. He looks just like him. I don't know if that was really him.
Yeah, that ain't really him. I think he sounds a little bit like him, too. Glad he came by when you're here, Darryl. Yeah. That's Danny Masterson, his brother, farting in the corner of the room. That was a previous guest. It was a disaster. It was a disaster.
That's what was going on. Now, my kids go, gee, we wish we could hear what they're saying. I go, probably it's better you don't.
Right.
This is a lot of foul language. Meanwhile, look what I do.
Oh, you don't use bad language.
Right. They don't let me.
I got a feeling when we get there, it's going to be casual, and then one day we're going to get off the air and go, God, we were just filthy.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
I think so, like one day we're just going to go, what did we just do?
Yeah, do you think we'll work into it slowly?
I don't think it's going to be right away, and then I think we're going to get comfortable with saying this, and the F word, and then one day we're going to go, my God, that was
really dirty. I'm just funnier when I could use curse words.
Oh.
I think.
And I think there's going to be a day where we're going to start getting into some of our wacky sex stories that we can really tell.
Yeah. Like yesterday's show got so many edits.
Right.
I was looking over the list of stuff that Dead Air Dave dumps.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, my God, how did anybody follow any of the good stuff? I mean, they just obliterated the show yesterday. And there was a bunch of stuff I didn't even go into. Because we were talking about sex.
Right. And there was something you were... I remember saying to you, there was a question I would ask if we were somewhere else, but I know it'll never get on.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, those guys, man, what the hell's going on in that studio? It sounds like a gangbang.
I always think everybody must be getting high. That's what it sounds like to me, like one of those parties where everybody's sitting around high, being ridiculous.
Yeah, I thought those guys were high.
Here he comes.
Oh, man. Here he comes. Back of hammers.
Here, you can have my thing.
What are you doing? You just hanging out? All right. He's just...
You can't come on.
Is he not allowed to be mentioned? There's a guy that looks just like him, though. Gotcha.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
So this guy's hanging out. Looks just like Howard. But apparently, you know.
It's an impersonator.
Like you, Darryl.
Yeah.
Do you have a Howard? Do you have a Howard Stern?
No, I don't know. We're going to do this now? It's like playing guitar in front of Paul McCartney. It's a little awkward. Really got to go through.
See, that's what I wanted the kids to hear.
Yeah, they didn't hear that.
No, unfortunately not. What are you going to do? Try to impress your kids, and they miss the moment.
You know, you just got to...
Yeah.
Well,
figure they'll be impressed. They'll get it.
Take the tape to them. You got the tape.
Kids, listen to this. This is what you missed when you were talking.
Sit down.
But really, at this point, don't you think they're already impressed?
Yes, I'm joking. But I don't need to do that with them, I don't think. I'm not sure.
And if you do, you're not going to anyway.
The person I need to do that with is Fred. He's not too impressed. Doesn't seem to pay attention.
Play it again.
No, Fred seemed to be impressed with you. I remember. Remember at his party he said he loved you more than his wife?
Yeah. Fred was drunk at his birthday party. Fred's 50th.
Was that the whiskey talking?
Oh, my God.
No, he also started roasting the audience at some point.
Yeah,
he was out of it.
I think he started making fun of Jason.
I know. Maggie Buckwell looked at me and went, oh, my. He's very angry. I go, yeah.
I was feeling frisky, but I was a little too drunk to pull it off.
But Fred got up and made a rambling speech. I wish I had a copy of it, where he confessed his love for me more than his own wife, and then he told her, hey, sorry, honey.
Transcripts from Oprah.
You know, the truth is the truth. You got to deal with it.
I watched the Pam Anderson roast. I thought it was real funny, the one on Comedy Central.
Ton of great jokes.
Right? Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good,
You know
right?
what? I saw the first 25 minutes, you know, so I saw a lot of good stuff.
It was really good.
But it's just like one bleep after the other. They're all great jokes, but
they're bleeping everything, too?
See, I got a copy of it without the bleeps.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
That's the move.
No, why
Is yours raw footage, or is that the broadcast show just without the bleeps?
Broadcast show without the bleeps, except a couple of words were bleeped, which I couldn't figure out.
I don't understand why, like, an HBO or a Showtime wouldn't pick up that idea rather than Comedy Central, which is it is comedy, but why should that be censored?
I don't know. It's so dumb.
The whole idea of a roast.
The funny things get bleeped out. Sometimes I can't even tell what they bleeped.
Yeah. It sucks.
That's really bad when you don't know exactly what they bleeped.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
You're trying to figure out, fill in the blank.
Yeah. Lisa Lampanelli's really good.
Is Courtney as nutty as they said in the paper? Courtney Love?
Yeah. Oh, it's disturbing.
She's a train wreck.
Like, I don't know how comedians got through their set, because she's yelling in the background. She's up and down. She's whipping her shirt off. She's just annoying.
She could never let somebody have the stage.
No. It's all like, please don't forget I'm sitting here. In fact, you would have thought it had to be the Courtney Love roast.
Wow.
Right. That's what she was pissed about. It wasn't her night.
Yeah, Sarah Silverman was awesome. She goes, when I came here tonight, I didn't know what we'd be getting. I didn't know if we would see the lipstick-smeared, coke whore, filthy, disgusting Courtney Love, or if we'd see the angry, lipstick-smeared, coke whore. It was pretty funny.
That's funny.
Yeah, well, it was good. And Andy Dick was real funny. He just went over and started squeezing Pam Anderson's boobs and making them talk and yelling at them and shooting bullets with them.
Oh, that's great.
It was really funny.
See, that I didn't see.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, but it was weird. Tommy Lee had to do a song in the middle of it. I don't know what that was all about.
That's when I turned it off.
That's the review I read said it was completely out of place and sort of odd.
It was odd.
What song was it?
In one of his solo songs, it seemed like it was some sort of deal Pam made to help him out.
Yeah.
And I guess that was in exchange for coming there. But he actually said a few things that were funny. He was, he was reading, but he was good at it. Who else was good? Our buddy, what's his name? DiPaolo, Nick DiPaolo.
How about Geraldo?
Geraldo was funny. A lot of them were funny. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I got to take a look at that.
Yeah, I mean, I would almost like to do that for us now that we're leaving radio. And what do we got? 4 months left?
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe we should invite everyone in and let them roast us, and we could do 1 4-hour show like that, where everyone just slams the hell out of us. But, But you see, they edit those shows. That's why they're good. They take out all the boring
take
guys.
out the fat.
Yeah.
But you know what?
You can tell who bombed by who they edit out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could pick the right guys, though, and it could be really funny. There's some guys that are just perfect at roasting.
Yeah.
Like, you know who's perfect at it? Jeffrey Ross.
Right. Oh, my God. He was so funny. He was great.
He lives for those things.
Yeah, that's his forte.
He was great. Jeff Ross.
He's an expert.
Lisa Lampanelli, Nick DiPaolo, Geraldo.
Right, those are the guys.
Sarah was good.
Sarah was good.
Yeah.
Jimmy was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Artie's pretty good at roasting.
Artie's good.
I got offered a chance to do it. I couldn't make it out there. It was in L.A. It would have been fun.
It was all Tommy Lee penis jokes.
Right.
Breast jokes.
Well, that's the thing, yeah.
Slut whore jokes. Leg spread.
I couldn't get out to L.A. to do it, but when you get offered something like that, like I did the Hugh Hefner one and the Trump one, you look at the guy they're roasting and you go, okay, after the first two, a lot of these places have room for the help.
Right.
2 cars?
Yeah. Okay.
Wait a second.
Where's your
wait a second.
driver, though?
How do you get?
Do you have a limo?
How do you get around when you have to go out? Say, out
do you have a limo?
Do I have a limo? I don't have.
All right, I got that.
Did you ever have an enormous rapper's limo?
That's right.
But I got to think of what I have that you don't have.
Nothing.
You don't have the wheel of sex.
Dignity?
Yeah.
You don't have a tickle chair. You don't have
anything.
All right. So
That's
you.
right. Okay.
But Howard, do you think that if you would have gone out with her, do you think that she would have nurtured you in your career or hindered you?
Hindered.
Hindered?
Yeah.
Because
you...
I'd be a trophy wife.
No.
Are you kidding?
No.
Wasn't she an actress?
You would have hit... She wanted to be an actress. It was always all about her.
Oh.
She wouldn't have traveled the country with me. I know that.
Oh, she would have let you...
didn't go anywhere.
She would have... what do you mean I didn't go anywhere?
You didn't travel. You went to Westchester. You didn't travel.
Oh,
you don't even know my history. I went from Westchester to Hartford. You wouldn't have even made the move to Hartford. I went from Hartford to Detroit. You certainly weren't going to Detroit. No, you wouldn't have.
Connecticut.
I barely wanted to go. You wouldn't have gone.
Detroit to Washington.
Yeah. And believe me, I was such a loser.
You lost her long before that.
I would have lost her in Connecticut. It wasn't Greenwich, it was Hartford. All right? I'm telling you, she wasn't following me anywhere. Because most girls would say, well, gee, you know, maybe it'll pay off. He's pretty good on the radio. I sucked.
But what kind of acting did she do? Did she ever get
No, I didn't pursue it.
No. Didn't have the courage.
Oh.
No, she would have left me in Hartford, and your alimony would have been almost next to nothing.
Alimony? What alimony?
She would have divorced.
Do you think she would have been one of those women now who would have kept trying to get a raise every time you got a raise?
She was not in love with me. You were not.
But wait a second.
You liked me.
If she visited you at your parents' house, it must mean she liked you on some level.
You liked me, I think.
Of course I liked you.
But I don't think you were in love with me, ever. I might have been in love with you.
You were in love.
You said you were in love with her. You loved that girl. Is what you
said. Can we get some of the letters and put them up on the website? I would love to see some of those letters.
I have them. On the air. Yeah, I do have them. Yeah. I've read them, yeah.
Didn't I put them in my book, or I didn't?
No.
I should have. Because I didn't humiliate myself enough. I will.
Right, tribute to May.
Yeah.
That's just what you need now.
And I remember the sex. You weren't that into it. I mean, I was bad. I admit it. I mean, I was done in a second.
You sure it wasn't the pillow? It was her?
You boys sexually active yet? No?
Maybe.
Yeah. I was nailing her when I was, how old was I? 17, 16? Yeah, 16. That's right.
Maybe, because you weren't even sure in the water that time, but from what I understand.
Yeah, I messed up, remember? I didn't understand what to do.
In the water,
I was unclear.
at the lake.
I was unclear. You were practically a pedophile. I was 16.
That's
right. Took advantage of me.
You vampire.
Yeah. But, I loved you so much.
I know.
Yeah. I wanted her to love me so badly.
And it just wasn't to be, was it?
No, she was even doing one of my friends behind my back.
Yeah, that's what. Didn't you see her go off with other guys? She really
I didn't
broke
realize.
Your heart.
All of a sudden, I was saying, you're my girlfriend, this and that, and then I see my friend with his arm around her. I go, what's going on? He goes, I'm with her. I go, no, I'm with her. Wow. He goes, not really. No, you're not. Not the way I am. I was like, God damn it.
That's always like a kick in the stomach.
Yeah. And then to get her back, I went and had sex with some of her friends, and she didn't care.
That's a real kick in the pants.
I would say, I just had sex with this friend and that friend, and you were like, okay.
Well, I have to say you got back at me now, big time.
Good.
All right.
Thank you.
It took him a while, but he did.
It took me a lifetime.
Like 30 years.
That's right.
No, 35 years. Could you believe how many years we've known each other?
35 years ago I had you. Do you remember it at all? Or
I do. Well, yeah, I do, yeah.
Right. It wasn't good.
Remember we went to your parents' house.
It was in my bedroom.
And your parents were in Israel.
Were they?
They went to Israel, yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I don't remember you
They didn't tell you they were.
They didn't tell me. No wonder they weren't home. I wish they had stayed. We're leaving.
They forgot to tell you.
You didn't know?
I don't think they were because I was nervous about them coming back.
I don't know. I thought they were.
I think I told you they were in Israel. Yeah, my parents live in Israel.
You wanted me to like you because they were Jewish.
Because I was an orphan.
You would have told me if your parents had been to Israel.
I remember I gave you wine. We poured a glass of wine afterwards or something. We had
you took me out to dinner.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. You took me out to some Italian restaurant that you were so impressed with.
That one on Grand Avenue.
Danny's Haven.
Yeah.
She wasn't impressed.
Did I have a whole pizza? So
that's not good.
But you never fantasized about me or anything. I mean, it wasn't like I was playing your lips.
Years later when you became successful.
Did you ever pleasure yourself thinking of me?
I don't do that with anybody.
No?
No, I don't have to do that.
You don't?
There was a period of time, I think, I remember, because I've known Robin a long time, too, before you were married. Right, where, and you were pretty successful, where I would imagine it must have been a little difficult.
For me or for you?
For you.
For me, too. Yeah.
Well.
But you were definitely hard to get. I mean, you were not easy.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you were easy with everyone else, but not me.
She was hard for you.
She was hard for me. I couldn't figure it out.
Well, things turned out for the best, didn't they?
I guess so, yes. I believe so.
Yes, because you two can be friends.
Now we're friends.
And let's be honest, Howard. She's out of your league right now.
She always was.
I mean, your age league.
Oh, my age league. Yeah, you're too old for me now. Yes, that's right. I tell you what, you look good.
Oh, thank you.
I'm telling you. Even Gary goes, man, she's around your age. She looks good. Yeah. I was like, yeah. I nailed a few winners.
I'm impressed. She's hot.
Yeah. A couple of slouches, though, too.
Yeah, I should show you
one of the winners.
I should show you the one that I met in the early 90s, and it sort of evens out.
That one was in a mental institution. Let's be fair.
Because Robin really is the only good-looking ex-girlfriend of yours I think I've ever met.
That is a lie.
That is not a lie. The only one we've met.
Right. But the rest I have to go on Dr. Lou's eyeballing of her.
Some of the girls had issues where they ended up in a hospital and didn't look that
the girl
good.
that we're talking about that was really frightening. This was the girl that you said was the hottest.
You said she used to
call my friend Dr. Lou. She was a model. Okay? I'm telling you.
There was a point Robin leaned over to me.
Lost her looks.
Robin leaned over to me at one point and said, "Is there like a clump of hair missing?"
All right. Well, this girlfriend held up well. Yes.
This one, Robin.
Robin.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah,
Robin, do you have any nieces that Howard could date now or anything?
Yeah, she's 14.
Oh, wait a couple of years.
Perfect.
That's the age I date. Were you disgusted with yourself after we did it? Or did you, I remember you not feeling good about it.
Really?
I mean, you were like, oh, okay. And I remember it was also your time of the month, and I said, I don't care. I said, I don't care. You tried to convince me not to do it. She did.
She was using any excuse she
did. She said, it's my time of the month. I go, please, I don't care. I got to get rid of my virginity. It was something I had to do.
The boys look stunned, by the way.
I hope she doesn't really know these guys.
She's a good woman, by the way. Now she's gone. That's all. Boys, listen. This is the way of the world. Sexual relationships, nothing to be embarrassed about. You boys embarrassed?
Not at all.
Not at all? You guys got girlfriends?
Not at the moment.
Really? You ever have one?
Yeah.
You know how rough it is to get a girlfriend?
Yeah.
It's not easy. You got to lie. You got to do everything. Can't even be yourself.
Maybe they didn't know about the lying part.
Yeah. No girlfriends for you guys?
No, we're going to college.
Not at the moment, yeah.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Yeah, you dump the girls when you go to college, right? You don't want to be tethered.
I might look like a loser to you, but I was getting it when I was 16, thanks to her, right there. All right?
And you hear how successful that was.
If she didn't walk the earth, God knows what the age would be that you were first getting it at.
24. No, after Robin unleashed my manhood, a couple of months later, I got my second girl, thanks to her, because I had some confidence. I got a little, boys know the expression, I got a little stank on my hang low, and I was ready to go out in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
A little strange.
A little strange, you understand?
You know, he always was successful at camp. It was at home that he...
Yeah, that was a loser at home. Summer camp was a big winner. Any of you boys been with a woman the way I'm talking?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think my mom's listening to this show.
Oh, you don't want to say it in front of your mom? I told my mom. I went home. I was celebrating.
You did not.
I did.
You and your mom had a drink? Good.
My mother was out of it.
Your mother was out of the country.
Yeah. In 𝗪𝗓𝗃. Yeah. No, my mom did the hora after she heard we did it. No, I didn't tell my mom. I remember I once went over to your house in the Bronx. Riverdale, and your parents weren't home. I thought you were going to do me, and you didn't. You had your friends
You made
over.
it all the way to Riverdale?
Dude, you know me, my sense of direction. I drove all the way to Riverdale, parked my car, get upstairs, there's friends over, and I'm like, come on, let's go in the other room. She's like, no way.
Nothing worse than that. You're taking a road trip. That's a long way to go when you're under 18.
Yeah.
And then when you get there and she's not interested, that's just painful.
You didn't even kiss me.
Do you know what you did? You remember I had an electric guitar. My brother had an electric guitar, and you carved your name in the guitar.
I would never do that.
You did do that.
You're insane.
You wrote Joe Kitchen.
I did?
You did.
You probably wanted to kick my ass. Oh, my God, I did that?
You did that?
I did that to your brother?
Yeah, on an electric guitar.
I own the guitar.
No, I think you'd want the one that you wrote on.
Right.
That's the one that you'd like to have.
Yeah, I don't think he liked me much. I don't think any of your family liked me.
They'd like you now.
Now they'd like me. No, I'm not such a loser. She wouldn't even introduce me to her parents. I'm such a loser.
You did. You never met them?
No, you talked to me about them a lot. I wasn't the kind of guy you brought home to your parents.
Well, you met my brother.
Yeah, I met him. Yeah. He looked like, when he met me, he looked like he wanted to commit suicide after meeting me. What was it you liked about me? Because I was not handsome.
No, you were good. You looked good.
I had a look.
You did.
Yeah,
the work boots and the flannel shirt. Even when it was summertime and it was 90 degrees, you had that layered look.
That was my look.
That was your look.
Layered.
Yeah, the curls.
Curly hair.
You were a nice guy.
Yeah.
You know, and you worked in the kitchen and you always gave me extra food.
Right. You give a girl food, they love you. Give them an extra meal here and there.
Beat a path.
Like dogs.
Yeah.
Feed a broad. They keep coming back.
Well, let me tell you something. Girls are a complicated story, young man. I'm telling you right now. Even a sexually confident Howard Stern had his problems back then. You understand that? All right. Well, you boys enjoy the show.
Oh, thank
Robin,
you.
and we're going to do the news now.
All right.
This is where...
Good to see you.
Good to see you. This is where my Robin does the... My Robin, this Robin over here, does the news. Not that Robin, who could have been doing the news.
She could have had her own...
It's so musical. What is in the news?
Well, the big news is that Ryan Seacrest is going to become the new Dick Clark. Did you see this?
Gee, isn't he lucky?
Yeah.
What's the matter with the old one?
There's a lot of money in being Dick Clark.
What do you mean?
He gets those easy gigs that you have perennially. He's just signed a deal with ABC.
Seacrest
He's
here.
going to be hosting New Year's Rockin' Eve with Dick Clark.
The only reason he's getting that is because Dick Clark had a stroke, and Dick's embarrassed to be on New Year's Rockin' Eve because he probably talked a little funny.
And he can't probably do everything he needs to do. And they're trying to make it a smooth transition.
I never watched New Year's Rockin' Eve. I'd watch it if Dick Clark did it now.
Yeah, right. Now it'll be interesting.
Well, they're going to do it together this year, and it'll be Dick's first appearance, his first public appearance since his stroke last year.
Thanks
for everything.
And then, eventually, Ryan will take over hosting the show.
Yeah, but you talk about
But that's like the doorway to hosting the People's Choice Awards, all those award shows that Dick
He'll
did.
never be Dick Clark, you know, because Dick Clark owns those shows.
Well, I know, but
Ryan will
still,
just be a
paid worker.
Yes. And
it's more money than he should be making, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, douchebag. It's more money than you should be making. And on top of that, you'll never be Dick Clark because Dick Clark owns half of Mexico.
Yeah, he owns that stuff.
Dick Clark owns the entire Mexican television station.
You may look like Dick Clark. You
Right.
may be standing in his place, but you're not Dick Clark.
You might look like an empty head like Dick Clark, but he's got a business mind that you don't have.
Right.
Right.
There you go.
Now, let's burst that bubble. In case anybody was having fantasies of being
That's
Dick
right.
Clark.
He was having too good a day.
Right.
You ain't the new Dick Clark.
Making these
You're no Dick Clark. You're not even Rick Dees.
You're the new Jonathan Brandmeier.
And I can't figure this out. You saw the Tommy Lee, the episode or two of Tommy Lee's new show.
It was good.
There are mixed reviews in the papers today. Linda Stussy gave it no stars.
She's wrong. It's a good show.
And she says, this lame show is so phony, and did I mention boring, that you'd have to be a grade A numbskull to sit through it, let alone like it.
I'm a grade A numbskull, and I like it. And by the way, the guy in the Daily News gave it 3 stars out of 4.
I was going to say, David Yannacooley gave it 3 stars.
So what is he, a numbskull?
I guess he is, according to Linda.
He's a newspaper television reviewer. Those guys are really smart. Right, Artie?
TV review guys are guys who can't writing for people who can't read.
You know how much money he must make being the TV reviewer?
So he's got to know something.
He's got to know something. That's no dummy.
The Russell Crowe case seems to be still on. And they're saying even if he does make a deal with the guy he hit with the phone, that concierge, that the DA in Manhattan might bring the case anyway because there is still the videotape. So Russell Crowe might not be out of the woods even if he pays the guy off. They have had a couple of incidents where this happened before. Sean P. Diddy Combs and Jay-Z were both hit with assault charges, and they came to terms with their accusers. Combs paid $500,000 to his accuser, and Jay-Z coughed up $600,000 to get those guys not to cooperate, and their cases basically went away with a very minor sentence. But Crowe, they said, was going to pay this guy $11 million. Both sides are denying that any deal was struck. Peter Jennings' name has disappeared from the news.
Hey, I was on Debbie Schlussel's webpage.
Yeah.
And she's got a whole thing linking Peter Jennings to Al-Qaeda.
Really?
And that she's insane. Peter Jennings.
She's the first person who said anything bad about Peter Jennings.
Yeah, she has this horrible website filled with negativity about Peter Jennings, like a guy who never did anything to anyone.
How is he connected to Al-Qaeda?
I don't know. If she calls in, I'll let her explain. It's this long, boring article. You just want to edit the crap out of it.
Peter Jennings is head of Al-Qaeda?
Yeah. Oh, it's just like that. Peter Jennings, he interviewed 𝗪𝗪𝗏 𝗪𝗪𝗏 and
why is everybody making a big deal about Peter Jennings? He interviewed 𝗪𝗪𝗏.
Peter Jennings controls the oil, is an anti-Semite.
And he gave money to Al-Qaeda.
I was going to play Sexual Healing, but it's not in here.
Oh, it's supposed to be in your library of your catalog of songs?
I thought I had it here on the computer. Maybe play it for Robin, my first love.
Maybe it would turn her on.
Maybe it would turn you on.
Well, anyway, they were introducing the world news tonight with Peter Jennings' name up until Friday, and as of this week, it's gone.
Peter Jennings made a car bomb in Iraq. You've got to hear her carry on about this. Beautiful.
She's unbelievable.
She is an amazing girl. Now, we haven't talked much about Iraq, but apparently in the Washington Post this weekend, a high-level Washington official said that the administration is ready to lower its expectations of what we can do in Iraq, meaning that we're not even going to bring them freedom and democracy now.
Yeah.
We've just totally messed up this country.
Yeah, we got to get out of there and just say we won.
Do you know they're going to be in worse shape? According to that article, they're going to be in worse shape than when we got there once we leave.
I told you, when Bush ran for president, he bankrupted more companies and got bailed out by rich friends. I'm really afraid we're going to be bankrupt, this country. But all right, hey, listen, I hope he knows what he's doing.
What's going to happen over there is the women are going to lose their freedoms. It's going to be a religious country. And, a very small group will control everything once we're gone. So
let's steal.
Thank goodness we brought them freedom.
Here's what I do. Let's steal all the oil we can and get the hell out of there. Like, just totally suck out their entire oil reserve and get out.
But they're not even going to be a self-sufficient oil-producing country, according to this article.
Really?
Yeah, it's just what we're leaving is a big, messy nightmare.
Bring back Saddam Hussein. He was so good. He got all those nutcases in line. He was the best. I don't know what we were thinking.
Real wrong move.
I know. I don't see my song. Boys. Who cares anyway? It's probably not that good. It sounded good in the background of a commercial. What else is in the news?
They'll get it for you tomorrow when you have no understanding at all of why you asked for it.
Hold it, wait, you got to hear this. Hey, Debbie.
Hi.
Go ahead. How come Peter Jennings
is a terrible man?
Well, listen, the guy sneered at America for the entire time that he was on the news. He was always favorable to the terrorists. At the Munich Olympics, he was covering that for ABC News.
He was one of the terrorists at the Munich Olympics?
He knew about the shootings?
He kidnapped someone?
Okay, Artie, can I finish?
No.
He was giving a very favorable point of view for the terrorists when they took the Israeli Olympic athletes hostage and murdered them. He wanted us to see their side. Before Al Jazeera, there was Peter Jennings, and in fact, Al Jazeera praised him as the most balanced anchor on TV. And when they say that, he's not balanced, he's in their favor. Another thing, when he was covering the 9/11 attacks and thereafter, he presented this guy named Tariq Hamdi on his newscast as a journalist. Now, Tariq Hamdi never wrote anything, but he was indicted last week, or a couple weeks ago, for being part of Al-Qaeda.
He taught Muhammad Atta how to fly.
I don't know, Debbie. It's like I was reading your column, and I was reading your column, and I zone out. Kind of like during these phone calls.
I can't keep track of it.
I'm just as dumb as everyone else. I can't follow what's going on here.
I don't know, Howard. I got a lot of positive reaction to that column, and I think the reason why is that everybody was chanting Peter Jennings.
Make it simple for me. Who's worse, Peter Jennings or Jason Alexander from Seinfeld?
Well, definitely Peter Jennings.
All right.
Listen, he had an agenda, and he was against America. And you have to ask yourself, why did he only become an American citizen recently? Why did he live here for all these years and sneer at us? Listen, everybody thought he was so classy. Why did he become an
American citizen at all?
Right.
Well, that's a good question. I think he was under pressure to do so because people were complaining for years. And he really disdained America. He looked down upon us. And I think anybody who doesn't get that really wasn't paying attention.
Peter Jennings wore a turban.
Well, listen, the guy exuded a phony class. It's kind of like all these people that go to Kmart to buy Martha Stewart stuff thinking that they're suddenly going to be a blue blood.
Peter Jennings is
a phony.
You can't even talk with us, broad.
Artie, you don't want to talk. You just want to utter the same joke you have been uttering for the last 4 years.
This ain't
with something new.
This isn't Meet the Nation.
Artie's an alcoholic. You expect him to go home and write new jokes?
Well, you know what, Artie? Maybe you should become a Muslim and swear off alcohol. Maybe that would improve your repertoire.
Is it true Peter Jennings pointed out the World Trade Center to the terrorists? See, I thought so. What?
He said it's right over there, and they flew the planes. Debbie, it's the same joke because you've had the same point of view for the last 4 years.
Well, you know what? I'm consistent. I have certain points. I have certain principles.
Debbie, you're going to like this. 𝗧𝗵𝗲 𝗏𝗏 on the phone. Hold on. Yes, 𝗧𝗵𝗲 𝗏𝗏.
Shut up, you stupid whore.
All right. That's not 𝗧𝗵𝗲 𝗏𝗏. I'm sorry, Debbie. All right, Debbie, thank you very much, and we'll all go to your website. What's the name?
DebbieDoesPolitics.com.
Thank you.
Can't get enough of that.
You read that column, you get dizzy.
I'm going to have to go try to read that. See what Peter Jennings.
Like, I really wanted to understand why Peter Jennings was her enemy.
Listen to the barrage of just Arabic names she throws at you. You can't follow anything.
But that's what the website says. She goes, he was a sympathizer of
Al Jazeera
and
Al-Ahad, Al-Jihad,
Al-Qaeda.
It's all Aras and Ahads and Jihad and...
It's hard to argue with her because it seems like she knows a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we don't know anything.
Yeah.
But it's such an unfounded thing. It's like, so he was being balanced in his reporting. Does that make him Al-Qaeda?
Right. She had everything in there. Like, one point it was like Peter Jennings ate hummus, which evidently is an Arabic food.
He ate hummus?
Peter Jennings bought a Mr. Poppy and put it on his taxi cab.
Anything else in the news, Robin?
Yes. Remember the Long Island teenager who threw the turkey at a woman, breaking every bone in her face?
Yeah.
He was in court yesterday, and an amazing thing happened. He stood up and issued an apology for his crime, and she got up and hugged him and forgave him. And said to him, I want you to keep on the straight path and have as good a life as you possibly can. She completely forgave him and, in fact, worked on the plea bargain deal so that he doesn't have to do something like 25 years in jail. He's only going to have to do 6 months.
Who is she, Jesus? You know, I got to tell you something. If some douchebag threw a turkey at me while I was driving, and I had to go through all that rehab and get my face is bad enough. I don't need to get it reconstructed.
You don't need a broken face.
Yeah, I mean, I would have stood up in court and decked the little prick. And that's it. And I'd make sure he goes to jail as long as he possibly could.
This is some incredible woman. D1 is Ryan Cushing, the turkey thrower.
Oh, man. Would you ever forgive this dude?
No. I was shocked. This is an amazing story.
Would you do something like this? Because you sometimes get Gandhi-ish.
I'm thinking about it, and I'm saying, yes, it's probably a great thing for her. I don't know if I could get there.
I forgive you.
She got the kid.
I'm very sorry for what happened to her, and I wish her that I was able to tell her sooner. And
this crying.
Yeah, he's crying now.
Now he's crying, pussy.
I want to go on with her life, and I love the woman. She's a wonderful person.
Yeah, you love her now. Victoria Rivolo is her name. She completely forgave him. Here's Cushing's attorney, William Keehan. He says he's impressed with this woman's big heart. D2.
This woman's spirituality must be incredible to have this forgiveness. I've never seen it in 32 years of practicing law.
Hopefully you'll never see it again.
Well, lucky for that guy, he's only going to have to do 6 months in prison as opposed to the 25 years he could have done.
Oh, wait a second. Robin, first girlfriend. Yeah. Did I play any music when I did you all those years ago? I don't think so. I didn't have any class. I might have had Neil Young on.
No, Neil Young was another girl.
Another girl.
Getting myself high.
Yeah, that one cried a lot.
Hello, is Mike Hunt there? Mike Hunt? Hunt, H-U-N-T, Hunt? Anybody name Hunt? Mike Hunt! Anybody name Hunt? No, nobody but that name. How about, could you call out Joe Miller? Joe Miller? No, Mama, M-A-M-A. Mama. Tell you guys. Mama. M-A-N-A? Yeah, Joe Miller. Joe Miller! Joe Miller here? No, nobody but that name either. Oh, okay, thanks a lot. Bye-bye. To a man with an ego bigger than Monica Lewinsky's ass and a nose to match. Howard Stern.
right.
Hey, now.
Hey, now to yourself. Would you get more food, Artie?
I got a Pop-Tart.
He's so busy with food, I have to keep my eye on him.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I just eat all morning. It's getting ridiculous.
You're blowing up again.
I think I need some counseling.
Is that so? Now that the movie's over, you're just going to eat and eat and eat?
Well, yeah.
Oh.
That's the general game.
He told me because he's not drinking, he's eating.
You know, but he must be miserable because he can't drink and he couldn't eat while he was doing the movie. He's just, everything you do just prevents you from doing what you love.
Here's the question. Dude, so we're going to the wedding this weekend.
Right.
How are you going to get through that without drinking?
Well, I'm going to try not to drink. What do you want me to tell you?
You know, that's going to be fun to watch.
I've had that date circled for a while.
Watching me drunk and him straight should be interesting.
Yeah, really.
Not watching Artie do the Jack Daniels dance when he sits there with his glass.
Is he actually going to dance with Dana now that he doesn't dance with Jack Daniels?
It'll be interesting to see.
If I don't dance with Jack Daniels, I don't dance at all. Yeah, and you're probably going to get ripped, right?
Yeah.
Just because you can't.
I already scheduled in my drinks.
Right.
I already put in an advance order with the bartender.
Really, they just keep them coming.
No mojitos. That's a gay drink.
Yeah, that's an event you get ripped at.
Yeah. Oh, please. I'll be ripped walking down the aisle because I'm in the wedding party.
I got to see that. I can't wait.
I'll be stumbling.
I can't wait to see.
They'll have to wheel me down in a wheelchair. I'm going to be
holding him up.
Yeah, I'll be anesthetized. Are you kidding? How embarrassing is that?
Right. Oh, the amount of eating I'm going to be doing at this wedding. Forget it.
I wish I could moonwalk. I'd moonwalk down that aisle. Aisles make me jittery.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I laughed the whole time at weddings. Gary's wedding, I was laughing so hard they asked me to leave.
Gary's was there were 2 rows that were just totally beside themselves at Gary's wedding.
He looked like a goddamn troll. He looked like one of those people from Middle Earth marrying this beautiful princess.
Yeah, it looked like a kidnapping.
Whoa! I was like, hey, isn't that from Lord of the Rings?
That's Frodo.
That's Frodo.
You know, weddings are a funny concept. This is huge celebration for something that just makes you miserable.
Yeah, I went down. I was watching Gary come down the aisle, and I'm laughing. I'm sitting next to Francie, and she goes, "You're awful." I go, "I'm sorry, it's funny."
You know, it's a weird thing, too, because with you guys, not only you got to think about getting married, but I was all about, I had heard so many jokes that you guys were going to pull on me.
Yeah, we were going to have a series of tape recorders.
Right. There was going to be Baba Booey tape recordings all over the church.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
people hitting buttons everywhere.
And then somebody even told me you were going to, like, write stupid crap on my shoes. That's a big thing you do.
Yeah.
So that when I kneel, it says, like, help me.
Yeah.
I'm going to check all of that.
Yeah. Prisoner of war. Yeah, we had a whole thing planned, but we were pretty good. You had a nice wedding.
We just cracked the joke sitting there on the
His wedding was good. The food was good.
Church.
Italian food. It was pretty good. I don't know. I'm such an attention seeker that I walk down the aisle and I feel like I should have to do something funny to entertain everyone. So
right.
I start doing the Blues Brothers somersaults.
Or, some kind of pratfall.
My tumbling routine.
So you're talking about the wedding this weekend?
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
Artie's not going to be drinking.
Well, that's what we're saying. We're going to watch Artie not drink.
Oh, my God. That's going to be way interesting.
Yeah, it'll be a barrel of laughs.
I thought the thing to watch at the wedding was Cindy Crawford, but it's clearly going to be Artie.
Yeah.
Cindy Crawford's at this wedding?
Yeah.
That's Ross's big celebrity friend beside me.
There's some heavy hitters there, too.
Oh, yeah?
Well,
Like who? Maybe we should bring Willie Nelson. He's in town. I think
Is he going to be in for the weekend?
Jimmy Kimmel's in town, too. I could load it up with some people.
I may have to do the thing where I get a Jack and Coke and say it's Coke.
Oh, Artie.
Artie, you clearly
but
have...
I'll be fine with that.
But all jokes aside, you clearly have a time frame in your head when it's been enough time. Because you always say, I'm going to drink again.
Well, it was going to be at the end of the movie, but the movie's been done for 3 weeks now.
You know what? He's doing well. He's on his Paxil.
He should do great.
He's very even right now.
Yeah, really? Should he be drinking on that medication?
No.
Oh, of course not.
Although, what a buzz it gives him.
It does get you nice and high.
You know, it's really funny.
Because you're crazy drunk.
You know, it's funny. Like, we live in a bubble here.
Yeah.
Like, when I was out with that afternoon dude in Dallas, we were at the dinner, and he doesn't listen to our show a lot. So one of the guys brought up Artie, so I had to explain the Artie story to this guy. You know, going back to what happened in Vegas, and then what happened, how Artie, called me 6 days in a row and couldn't come in, and how we had to send someone to his house, and and everything. And the guy just looked at me like I was out of my mind.
Right.
Like, you know, it was just weird that we sort of accept this behavior.
People generally either come to work or get fired.
Yeah, to me, but it's fine. I mean,
I just was mad he was that effed up and didn't come in.
You never send anybody to my house.
Well, no, that's right.
All right, listen, I got to get done with this show. Because it's tomorrow already. Robin, go ahead. Let me finish the
I got a little more Pop-Tart left.
Cindy Sheehan, she's the woman who's camped out at the president's ranch waiting for him to talk to her because she lost her son in Iraq and she would like to talk to the president. She's still out there. And today they're saying that her husband has filed for divorce. So she's had to put out a statement that they had planned to separate before she started this protest. It's not about this protest that she and her husband are breaking up. Mm-hmm. He supports her in this, just hasn't sought a public way to express his feelings. At least 17 Spanish troops have been killed today in Afghanistan, what they're calling the Forgotten War, in a helicopter crash near the western city of Herat. The troops were part of the NATO-led peacekeeping force and were participating in an exercise in preparation for the Afghan parliamentary polls set for next month. Autopsies are shedding some new light on that Greek plane crash yesterday. The nation's chief coroner says they have proof that some passengers on the jet were alive when it slammed into a mountainous region north of Athens. That doesn't necessarily mean they were conscious, but they were alive and breathing. Initial investigations into the crash has suggested everyone on board may have been dead or unconscious due to a loss of oxygen and cabin pressure. Also, remember yesterday we were talking about the text message somebody got?
Yeah.
That was a hoax.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, some guy decided to call up and say he got a text message from his cousin who was on the plane, and it turns out that cousin's name was not on the passenger list.
Was it Captain Jenks who did that?
No.
No, all right.
Some Greek version of Captain Jenks. And also, they're not sure where the pilot was. They didn't see him in the cockpit at the time the jet fighters were up there looking in, and they have not found his body. So they're not sure. That's a bit of a mystery.
Okay.
And they still don't know what brought the plane down. Deputies in Washington State have called off their search for the severed arm of a young girl after a jet ski accident over the weekend. This 10-year-old girl was jet skiing with a friend on Lake Goodwin in Lakewood, Washington, when a wave caused the girl to be thrown from the personal watercraft. Somehow her arm got caught in a rope attached to the jet ski, and the force of her being ripped off the jet ski by the wave severed her arm.
I don't do any of that stuff. I know it's a disaster if I get on a jet ski. I go like 5 miles an hour.
They had around 4 hours to retrieve the arm so that it could be reattached, but they couldn't find it, so they have called off the search. She is in satisfactory condition.
I'd be like, can you search a little more? It's my arm in there.
Well, they couldn't put it back on. What, do you want to have it in a bottle sitting next to you?
Find it. I'll get it back on. I'll find a way.
The Japanese are way out in front in this robot technology. The robots of the future could soon have the ability to sense heat and pressure thanks to a new kind of electronic skin.
And they might even give you oral.
Being developed in Japan. Japanese researchers say flexible and cheap to produce electronic skin, senses heat and pressure, and could even be tweaked to outperform human skin.
Wow.
I don't know how that could be, but that's what they're saying. A former substitute teacher in Fairfax County, Virginia, faces up to 20 years in prison for having sex with a student. Dana Snyder pleaded guilty to charges of having sex with a 14-year-old twice. Prosecutors claim the 24-year-old had relations with the student at least 7 times and convinced him to sneak out of his house at night. The judge ordered Snyder not to have any contact with the student. Sentencing is set for November. There was another teacher who, I forget where she was, but that case came up this past weekend, and they said that the jury sympathized with her and gave her a light sentence.
I like when Fred plays that George Takei laugh behind you when you do horrible stories. It just makes me laugh.
Nice. And finally this morning, Mike Tyson in trouble again. Mike Tyson has been... Now, they keep saying Mike Tyson is broke, but he's vacationing in Italy on a 100-foot yacht.
That's right.
Yeah, but does he have a house that has 24 rooms that all his friends can stay in?
I don't know.
That's what I'm wondering.
But what they're now saying, there's another woman accusing him of assaulting her. She's claiming he dragged her off a dance floor, took her to his boat, offered her drugs, and wanted to have sex with her. And when she refused, he beat her up.
Wow.
So the authorities in Italy have questioned him. They said he was very cooperative, and they are trying to determine if they should press charges.
I can't imagine Mike Tyson would do that with a young lady.
And tonight, Rob Schneider on the Teen Choice Awards.
Oh, good.
Which is interesting to think.
You know,
Rob
girl.
doing that.
Hillary Duff and him are hosting it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what's happening.
All right, Robin, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Artie-Lang.com.
That's right, Lang with an A.
Fred, what's that website?
KingNorris.com.
KingNorris.com.
How could you forget
All
that?
things Fred.
King Norris.
I want to thank everyone who participated today. I want to thank my first girlfriend. First girl I ever had sex with for coming in today, Robin. Did you tell anyone after we did it, or did you always keep it your secret? Kept it a secret. I would, too. I mean, I didn't, but I told all my friends. But I don't blame you for keeping it a secret.
We have to say thank you to Jessica �値𝗄𝗿𝗍.
Oh, Jessica �値𝗄𝗍𝗿. Check her out on the new Playboy. Looking good. Looking good in here, anyway. And she's writing a book, too, for Judith Regan.
Yeah, going to tell all her secrets.
Can't believe Judith would publish something like that.
Where does she find these people?
Right. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Hey now. Good morning, everybody. Hey now. Oh, yeah. Come on. Hey now. Wake up. I don't mean you. I mean me. I am tired. Thank God American Idol was only a half hour last night. I could get to bed a little bit early.
I was going to say, were you drinking again last night?
No.
No?
No, you know, Beth was out of town.
Oh, okay.
And I was with the kids, and then I got home, and I did some work, made some phone calls, and then, you know, got into bed to watch American Idol. American Idol doesn't go on till 8:30, though.
Oh, okay, so from 8 to 8:30, I was watching Freddy Krueger versus Jason. Was it good?
I'm still in the, like, I watch it, and I almost watch it like I watch porn. I watch it for a little bit, and then I go, well, it's something else, you know?
Well,
yeah, it's pretty good, actually.
I definitely wanted to see that. I got to check it out. I wanted to see it in the theaters.
It's cool. I got the DVD, and let me tell you, it's pretty awesome.
I think that idea of them fighting.
Well, I'm at the point where Freddy Krueger is getting pissed off because he realizes Jason's killing everybody before he can get to them. So, like, now it's starting to dawn on him. He's got to go fight Jason, which would be an interesting fight when you think about it, because Jason, again, I haven't seen the end of the movie, so most people know, but Jason can't be killed, but neither can Freddy Krueger because he lives in your dreams.
Right.
You're so silly because you're about 10 minutes into the movie.
Yeah. I'm just telling Artie.
But I'm just saying, you're just up to the part where he's saying, oh, I can't get rid of him?
We had this discussion. Who was your gut feeling about who would win that? You thought Freddy Krueger, right?
Yeah.
I thought you said Jason couldn't be killed, and Freddy Krueger lives in a not real world.
But I know. I'm starting to change. I don't know. I heard that the ending is bogus and that you never really find out or something. It's one of those weird things because they think they were going to have yet another sequel.
I hate that.
Me too. I want a definitive answer.
Well,
and
that's what was wimpy about it.
And that's what I'm hoping about with...
Predator versus Alien?
Predator versus Alien. Because, like, I want a clear-cut winner.
I saw some previews for that Punisher movie you were talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that's going to be. We're supposed to see it today.
I thought we were seeing Hellboy.
No, I wish.
Punisher?
Punisher. I wish we were seeing Hellboy. I got to tell you something. I haven't been excited about a movie. See, I thought the big movie this year was going to be Van Helsing, which is Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Wolfman.
Right.
All doing battle with Van Helsing. And when you see the pictures of the Frankenstein monster, it looks pretty cool. But I've heard from... I read on the internet these advanced screening things, and Van Helsing ain't happening, they're saying, but Hellboy is, like, freaking awesome.
Really?
And I saw the commercial for Hellboy last night, and it was very cool. Like, really good.
What's on Hellboy's head? It looks like almost you can see.
He has horns, doesn't he?
It almost looks like you can see his brain or something.
Yeah. Well, they don't want to show you too much, you know. They want to wait for the movie. But the problem I see with Punisher already, which I don't know. I haven't seen the movie yet. I'm going to go see it. I'm going to keep an open mind. The problem I have is it's shot. It looks like it's a little B-movie-ish looking.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything but the posters.
What do you say, Fred?
It looks cheap.
Yeah. Now,
Really?
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm seeing it today.
Yeah, maybe something.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's good.
I never heard of the guy playing him, but I guess he's been in stuff.
He's been in a couple of things, you know, as a romantic lead. He's a good-looking guy.
Oh. Yeah, I never heard of him either. Which is okay. I don't mind not knowing
it's
the guy.
better, actually.
Yeah. But I heard, like, John Travolta's in it. Then you know it's bad.
Oh, he's in Punisher?
I think so. Because at this point, he's just doing movies to make money for that jet fuel.
He's got to pay for an airport in his backyard.
gas goes up. He's in every movie.
Yeah. He's got to pay for gas.
Why don't we put money together to get him a rocket? Doesn't he want to be an astronaut?
Send him to the moon. Let him live there with his wife and his kid. His kid, Jet.
I was flipping through the channels. I saw his wife in some movie that looked awful about stewardesses with Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, yeah.
My God, though, his wife has got a rack on her.
And you know what? I don't know why. I get a feeling it's all going to waste.
Yeah, I get
the feeling like...
I get that
feeling. I get a feeling like those two are just not with each other that much. That's my vibe, okay?
Right.
Well, why would... What?
That's
how
I feel.
Something?
No, I don't know a thing. I'm just saying it doesn't look like she's getting a good workout.
Well, we know he dresses up like a pilot.
That's just. I don't think too many women want to be with a guy who dresses up like a pilot. If you're a pilot, they might dig that. But
I think because she's an actress, she can handle costumes.
Yeah, well, she's a woman. And they have needs is right. That's right. Oh, man.
So did Simon give somebody the finger?
Here's the way I look at it. First of all, the whole goddamn thing is ridiculous. This is, again, as a result of that stupid Janet Jackson's breast. Forget about my problems.
It's getting to be goddamn ridiculous.
Now, we're sitting and debating whether or not Simon Cowell flipped Paula Abdul the bird, who, by the way, deserves way more than the bird. She deserves 50 birds. But here's the thing. I watch American Idol. Whether you're proud of that fact or not is not what we're going to debate here. The fact is I'm a watcher of American Idol, and anyone who has watched that show knows that Simon Cowell rests his head on his one finger many times.
Or uses it to brush things away or whatever.
We're going to sit and debate. Now it's not even language. Now it's whether a guy who's using his hand as a headrest during an incredibly boring long commercial break and an incredibly long drawn-out show, he wants to rest his head on one of his fingers. They're actually thinking now about possibly, the reason they're defending it, they're afraid they're going to fine him for resting his head on his finger. We've gone insane. Unbelievable. We've gone insane. This is nuts. I mean, this is, you see, everyone said to me, well, it's just you they're going after. No, they're crazy, the religious right. They want to sanitize everything. They don't want you to use your hand. What do you suggest? We cut off his hand like they do in Iran?
Yeah, let's get rid of that finger on everybody, as a matter of fact. Then it can't happen.
Ridiculous.
You're dealing with people who really think they have to save the world.
Yeah,
level.
by praying, yes.
They're fanatics just like the
Taliban.
Yeah, right. They're fanatics.
They are. They think this country's going downhill because Simon Cowell rested on his middle finger. Or because I've talked about sex.
Right.
They really think that no one has the ability to not listen to me. Oh, but kids will listen. No, they won't. Where are they going to listen? What do you think they're going to do?
How are they going to get away from you in the morning?
Yeah. And what if they did listen? Oh, my God. And what if they saw Simon Cowell's finger? It's getting to be goddamn ridiculous.
It's getting to be goddamn ridiculous.
But there is no talking to those people.
No. You can't.
reasoning with them.
Some of them are United States senators. Senator Brown back in Kansas. What a freak.
That's the scary thing. They're powerful, some of them.
This friggin' guy, he's sending letters to Mel. Why are you hiring Howard Stern?
Why is he continuing to be there?
Yeah.
His moves on the field. You corporate CEOs lost your way.
Yeah, what's her name again? Congresswoman. I know I was told not to talk about it, but screw her. What is it, Congresswoman?
Heather something.
Yeah, she's already done her damage.
Heather Wilson.
Heather Wilson.
Yeah, they voted already.
Congresswoman Heather Wilson.
Creepiest voice ever.
Oh, my God. What an uptight press. Meanwhile, you should see her voting record, even on the amount of time guns need to be registered. They wanted to have a 3-day waiting period. She voted against it. She thinks they should get into the hands faster, 1-day waiting period.
She wants you to be able to...
Nothing I've seen about that.
Get a gun.
Not to mention she's backed by every friggin' lobbyist. You know what a lot of these politicians are really good at? Collecting money.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was thinking about it. Like Bush is lazy, always goes on vacation. Condoleezza Rice won't even testify to tell us what happened leading up to 9/11. It's clear now that the Bush administration and the Clinton administration were absolutely ignoring a lot of the al-Qaeda threat. And now Bush is screaming, but Bill Clinton didn't do anything. Yeah, well, dude, you're the president now. But why are you still talking about Bill Clinton? Condoleezza Rice, they won't even let. They're keeping her under lock and key. Did you remember Bill Clinton had to testify about Monica Lewinsky for hours?
Yeah.
Remember? They had to put it on national television?
Videotape, yes.
You mean to tell me the Monica Lewinsky situation was more important than knowing whether Condoleezza Rice is doing her job properly? You mean they're going to be able to keep her from testifying? I want to know if the woman's doing her job. And then if she's not, let's give her some of those good old FCC fines, like $500,000. Let's start in on her. Unbelievable, man. But but Bush, as much vacation as he takes and as much, like businesses he bankrupt, DUIs, not a command of the English language. The guy is phenomenal at raising money. He's great. People are afraid of the guy. He's awesome. He's already got hundreds of millions of dollars. All of these guys actually, and I don't know how they do it. I mean, Bush probably, he's very wealthy anyway. How Gerald Ford got out of office rich, I don't know. How Richard Nixon Richard Nixon was a congressman and his entire life a public servant. Gerald Ford, 22 years in the Congress or something, came out of the presidency a millionaire. How did these guys do it? Where's the investigation? What's going on? They're investigating whether or not my use of vagina is improper. Or perhaps the fart went too long and was too wet. You gotta friggin' be kidding me what's going on here.
When you say it out loud like that, how stupid does it sound?
Ah, man, it sounds so dumb.
Hey, did you see the thing in page 6 about Steve Lerman?
Yeah, well, he's, I've had those discussions. Steve Lerman's our station's attorney, and I know Steve, and I personally think Steve is another lawyer who just, he's a good guy. He's defended me, First Amendment, all that kind of crap. Good guy. He's on our team. He's on our team because we pay him. He could easily be on the other team.
He could be on the other side if somebody else pays.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, Steve's the greatest guy. He's on our team. He's on our team because we pay him. He'd probably shut his mouth just like everyone else if we didn't pay him. Yeah, anyone will be on your team when you pay him. Tell him to work pro bono. Let's see if he's on the team.
Right.
Yeah, where's that guy?
Yeah. So Steve loves all of this nonsense because literally Tom shakes in his boots every time I open my mouth and he's on the phone to Steve.
Yeah.
This is what happens.
Every time he's on the phone, it costs money.
Every day after the show, Tom grabs the tapes of the show. Him and Steve Lerman get on the phone and listen to the tapes together like some sort of bizarre romantic date. And of course, Lerman is billing. Tom's always worried about the bottom line. Lerman is billing. He loves it.
The moment the phone rings.
Steve gets to hear my show and get paid for it.
Wow.
And then Steve will stop the tape and go, I don't know, Tom. I think that you somehow missed something here. The fart went about 30 seconds too long, and it was very wet. Tom will go, I thought so. Next time it won't happen. Let's pray they don't fine us. I think we got away with it this time, Steve.
Good call, Steve. Very good.
And they congratulate each other on every little nuance that they catch. The Torah doesn't go. Rabbis don't go over the Torah as much as Tom and Steve go over my tapes.
Let's replay that.
Yeah. Oh, and then Tom used to just come in and take the tapes. Now I at least know when he takes them. He tells Anne-Marie, and then Anne-Marie reports to me. So
right.
Which even makes me more furious. I think I almost liked it better when he just took them. But I figure I have a right to know. And then sometimes I'll get so pissed off, I'll call Steve. And I'll go, Steve, what do you mean you bleeped, the? Well, no, I think Tom did the right thing. I go, will you ever tell me that I'm right? Will you ever tell me that I'm... So you go out of your mind and you go crazy.